The picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Can you, my darling, can my picture and dream, if you will, in courtyard? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It's your boy Boogotti NYC. Could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came over here, I appreciate you. How y'all doing this morning on this purple Sunday? Y'all know how we do it. It's like the weekly wrap up. I like to put on my comfortable purple jacket, let y'all call me all types of imp names and stuff like that. But still, we get to the end of the week, we get to the trending topics, and we do what we got to do. Batty Lynn, hope you're good. I hope you're happy, because guess what? Got a nice package coming out for you actually tomorrow. Gonna be sending that out tomorrow. Put a couple of extra items inside for you for always showing up and showing out and always making sure I know that the audio is good. Thank you so much. What else we got going on over here? Good morning, everybody. Let me check this time. That's right, y'all know what it is. Dig, if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. That was the dude right there. Rest in peace, the Prince. We started off our Purple Sundays doing that. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like, yo, bro, soon you're gonna run out of Prince songs. And we did, but we expanded and we got into other stuff, and we're here now. So hey, guess what we gotta do first before we get into anything else? We can't go off the beaten path. Let me clear my throat. Let me check my time too. Okay, I got a few seconds before we do anything. Let me get this audio straight over here. And I don't know what I'm talking about because the camera's nowhere near straight. So let me get that right too. Let me get that right too. Let me get this dialed in correctly so that we can see everything back there. Make sure we're good. Okay, let's see. I think we might be running with something like that this morning. Got to get this other monitor back here working so I can see where we're at right now. How everybody doing this morning? It's Purple Sunday. That's right. That's what we call it. Everybody that rep the show, we call it Purple Sunday. It's our wrap up of the end of the week, because you know what tomorrow is. It's that Monday, got to go get that bag Monday. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All of our hard workers out here, our grinders all around the world. Can't even say in this country, because you know we're worldwide and we're global. Yeah, we done blew up. But you know one thing? Our heads didn't, because they were already that big. Oh, excuse my French. You guys know what I'm talking about. I like to joke on myself. Okay, let me see if I can just dial that in right there. I think we're gonna go with something like that. Let me see. I think we got a few minutes. I knew I had too many minutes on that clock over there. I was like, yo, bro, you got too much time on your hands. You're supposed to be doing something with this time. I think we're gonna be good with that though. Yeah, we're gonna be pretty good with that right there. That's pretty clear. Can't do too much, can't argue too much about that. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. It's Purple Sunday. We got to get those prayers in the air, you guys. Y'all already know. Praying for good health. Want to pray for good spirits. I want to pray for community. I want to pray for understanding. Love to pray for engagement, making sure everybody gets engaged. I also want to make sure that I, myself, stay on my cue, and I pray for that as well. I want to stay healthy as well, and I thank God for as far as you've brought us all together here today. Also want to pray for our families as well as our animals. Who we're praying for this morning right now on Purple Sunday? We praying for Jeffrey Spilker. I also see Miss Swanza. Winter Rising, you're here. How you doing? You made it this morning. I see Sweet R. We've got Mega Dub, 55 Coffee House with Lisa Roy. I see Tracy also up in the building. Who else do we have here? I see, is that Luigi? That's Luigi. I see Luigi. C-Man. Okay, Jeffrey Spilker, Luigi, Miss Swanza. I want to give a special shout out to Batty Lynn, Liberty and Justice, Casey. Also, can't forget about Jeffrey Spilker, Mark Dorfman. Can't forget about other people like Terry, Tenmagen, excuse me. Everybody that's here right now, Miss Swanza. Scott, how you doing? Okay, I see you over there too. And guess what? We almost got to get into it, so I'm going to try to keep on going. Sweet R. Can't forget about, I already said everybody else. Sam Champion. That's right, Sam Champion. And again, Ad Rains. Hope you and your mom are doing good. Oh man, it's Purple Sunday, y'all. I think it's about time right here, cause I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Purple Sunday, wind it up. Purple Sunday, wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. I think it's 6 o'clock here. Let's do it. Do, 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 do. Okay. Olay. Don't play. Yeah, that's right. It's time to do it, y'all. It's Sunday, Purple Sunday. It's time to open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Never had much faith in love or miracles. Never felt much heart and love on the line. Now I'm swimming in yours about something spiritual. That was my joint right there. On the line. Cause your 6 takes me to paradise. Yes, your 6 takes me to paradise. And it's yo, 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 yo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause you make me feel like I'm in like love in paradise. For so long, for too long. I don't even know how it go, but I know I love that song. How y'all doing this morning? It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and like I always told you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you for Purple Sunday. It's if pump that beat. It's Sunday the 22nd. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. And we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. I told you, I really like doing our song better than these other songs. But I tell you the truth, that song was kind of hot. Never had much faith in love or miracles. Never thought I'd put my heart on the line. How y'all doing this morning? It's your boy Boogotti NYC. Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me for Purple Sunday, I appreciate you. Hope you got your coffee, your tea, your water, and everything ready, because it's time to do it. I'm not even playing right now. You know what I'm about to say. I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I need you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from and what time it is. It's Purple Sunday. This is the wrap up of the week. Also, got a good one for you guys for the health and wellness section. Can't wait to get to that point. But yes, we got a lot to get into with trending topics, current events, and much more. Follow-up stories that we've been probably following up as much as possible. So we're going to try to wrap up a lot of that stuff and see where that leads us. Also, we got, I might as well just go ahead and keep on moving, right? Let's get into these titles. Don't even need to stop. Might as well keep going, Boogotti. Trump says Iran is finished. Is this true? Is this the end? Because I know he said it a few times already, but he's talking about air, navy, land, all defenses have been already obliterated. But does that mean that they're going to stop? Because we see a lot of local things going on to cities and other territories that are still receiving boom, boom, boom from Iran. So let's keep on going, you guys, because we still got more to get off here. We've got Elon Musk, of all people. Yeah, he's offering to pay TSA workers salaries during this funding lapse. I don't know if that's legal, but it's a good, honorable thing that Elon's basically looking up and saying, you know what, don't really like what's going on here. He's a trillionaire. I don't know if it's going to hurt him. Might as well go ahead and do something with the money, right, Elon? Keep on moving forward here, right? You got this dad of a girl. I really want to get into this story today because it's really a heartfelt story and it's a really serious one here. We got a dad of a girl that was hit by a migrant driver, sends the messages to Democrats who sat during the SOTU honoring. They're basically putting a law together to try to make sure that everyone who has a license is legal, they can speak English, and they put it under this girl's name. How dare the Democrats not want to stand up and basically honor the memory of the person? Let's just, not memory, but the issue at hand of what's going on. Everyone sat down and stayed seated while everyone else stood up. I think we need to try to find a good medium here, guys, when it comes down to children and when it comes down to, true things that our nation needs to worry about. And that's all of our safety and all of our health. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because guess what? It's time to go. Coffee, tea, water, whatever you need, have it ready, you guys, because it's time to go. It's time to stack this deck, get you guys the information that you need right now. Now, we've got Trump that's basically considering pulling back from what's going on in Iran. Already saying, you know what, probably got enough going on right now. We probably can already leave. So I think it's almost time where we can call this thing almost over, but it depends on on a lot. Let me just leave it like that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Good morning. Happy Purple Sunday. Let's get it. Epic Fury. Let's go.
We've knocked out their Navy, their Air Force. We've knocked out their anti-aircraft.
Good morning, everybody.
Everything. We're roaming free. From a military standpoint, all they're doing is clogging up the strait. But from a military standpoint, they're finished.
President Trump says that it's for Iran's military, posting on Truth Social that he's even considering winding down the conflict, but still warning that the Strait of Hormuz needs to be policed. So let's bring in retired Navy SEAL officer and host of The Unsung of Arlington on Fox Nation, Mike Sorelli. Great to see you this morning. Thanks for joining. So, Mike, in realistic terms, what needs to be done for President Trump to wind down?
So I think, look at winding down. He's saying wind down the broader offensive campaign. He's not saying back down. And it's moving from the airstrikes to what we call selective dominance. And that's why Karg Island is going to be of such strategic importance, and most likely the seizure of that island. But moving forward, this is going to be about economic and financial leverage over this regime to continue to choke them to the point of hopefully internal uprising and a regime change.
So I get the idea of using economic leverage, in particular with Karg Island, hoping to hold that to get the Strait of Hormuz open. But sometimes, a deal requires rational actors on both sides. Sometimes Iran does not act terribly rationally.
No, they don't. And quite frankly, we don't know what the command structure is and the coherence of that command structure right now, who we need to be talking to. So, again, we are not going to make it anywhere with this regime. To your point, they're irrational. They're almost like a regional hostage taker. Yeah. And they will understand that up to the point that the U.S. Marines get involved and steal or take hold of their cash register.
And ironically, it's probably true that the more layers of leadership that you wipe out, the worse or more irrational the next people get in terms of negotiating. But if President Trump were to try to take control of Karg Island, would that require boots on the ground?
Most likely. To your first point, yes, we got to continue to degrade or decimate the regime. Ultimately, we want to strike the internal security apparatus that is keeping repression on the people. But Karg Island will most likely be a seizure, what we call a joint forcible entry operation.
Yeah, that's why he's trying to get everybody to go out there to help instead of just having the U.S. troops out there alone. Also, it's not good to put boots on the ground in areas where they're not familiar with. And if you can prevent it, that's the best thing to do to try to prevent human casualties. Let's keep moving forward, you guys. Please, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. Going to get you as much possible information that we can from the president here and see what's going on out there.
Here's the president, Secretary of State Marco Rubio by his side.
Get hit harder, but these are thugs and animals and horrible people. But you can't hit anybody harder than we've hit them. But I'm not surprised. They executed 3 young people for protesting.
And do you plan to escort those ships through the Strait of Hormuz with or without allies?
We're doing very well there. We're doing very well overall. You know, we don't use the strait. We don't. The United States. We don't need it. Europe needs it. Korea, Japan, China, a lot of other people. So they'll have to get involved a little bit on that one.
Do you still want South Korea support the United States?
Now, what about it?
Do you still want South Korea support?
Well, I love South Korea. We have a great relationship with South Korea. We're helping South Korea a lot.
Mr. President, do you think Israel will be ready to end the war when you're ready?
I think so.
Mr. President,
The relationship's a very good one. I think so. You know, it's, we want more or less similar things. You know what we want? We want victory, both of us, and that's what we've got.
Mr. President, how will the operation?
Well, you know, I may have a plan or I may not, but how would I ever say that to a reporter? If I said that to a reporter, Marco would say, "Please, sir, let's bring you over to the helicopter immediately." Right? No, I can't tell you that. It's certainly a place that's people are talking about, but I can't say yeah.
How will the Operation EPSTEIN affect talks with Russia on Ukraine?
What about it?
Are the talks on back burner right now because of
No, we're talking about it. I think it'll get done.
When do you expect the next round of talks to take place?
They take place almost every day. We're making a lot of progress.
The war was militarily won in Iran. What did you mean by that? He said the war was militarily won in Iran. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I think we've won. We've knocked out their Navy, their Air Force. We've knocked out their anti-aircraft. We've knocked out everything. We're roaming free. From a military standpoint, all they're doing is clogging up the strait. But from a military standpoint, they're finished.
So how much longer does the American people expect?
You said opening the Strait of Hormuz is a simple military maneuver.
Very simple.
Yeah, but what did you mean by that?
It's a simple military maneuver. It's relatively safe, but you need a lot of help in the sense of you need ships, you need volume. And NATO could help us, but they so far haven't had the courage to do so. And others could help us, but, you know, we don't use it. You know, at a certain point, it'll open itself at a certain point. But we've defeated the enemy, and they are an enemy. They're a sick group of people. The leadership is gone, the Navy is gone, the Air Force is gone, the anti-aircraft equipment that they have, the radar they have is all gone, everything's gone. The strait itself, the actual strait, how are you? The strait itself is, we're doing a good job. But
they're still doing something out there. I mean, I know you're saying it's gone, Prez, but I see a couple of other boom, boom, booms going on in a couple of areas, the real talk. Let's keep on going, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up to get more people over here. We got also the surprise that's going on with Australia. He said no when they said no to joining the collection. You know what they're talking about right here? When everybody, right now what he's saying is he needs more than the United States to come on board and just basically flood the straits to really find out what's going on there. Yes, they can send ships through there. Well, I'm not ships, but certain things through there to see if there's any landmines or anything like that in the water. That's when I get jammed up, because there's certain words that I don't want to say, and I get real jammed up before I say them. So I don't want to get caught up in saying that. But what they really need to do, let me just break it down. They have to go find out if there's anything in the straits. They have to find some sort of way to clear that out. Then they want to put dominance there where there's a lot of collective ships are from a lot of different places. So when drama comes, they have a lot of protection coming from everywhere, not just the United States of America. Hopefully they don't talk about creating any embassies or anything like that, because that would mean that we would have to leave troops over there. That's about it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Yeah, but I do understand, and I think that they're going to be going after that oil. Yeah, you know they're not going to be leaving that oil out there like by itself. They're going to probably go and get a little 10% of everything that's coming off of the top just for their efforts. Same thing like in Venezuela, you know what I mean? Got to get a little something off the top. Let's keep on going, you guys. Trump surprises Australia when he was surprised with Australia as they said no. Let's get back to this clip and let's get back to work.
Iran has issued a dire threat, warning tourist centres around the world won't be safe from their missile strikes. While the US is making confusing statements about sending in ground troops, and all of this, as some of the most revered places of worship in the world came close to being blown up.
Striking near the world's holiest sites. A broken up Iranian missile detonating in Jerusalem's Old City, right near the Wailing Wall, Church of the Holy Sepulchre and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, where prayers
don't look like they out of, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said that, because like if it's really the truth, what was that about? You feel me?
turned to clashes. Israeli security firing tear gas after sealing off the mosque for the first time in nearly 60 years as part of wartime restrictions. Iran firing off new missile videos to the media with a global threat. Recreational areas, resorts and tourist centres around the world will not be safe for you.
See the message that they're trying to put out right now?
The US Central Command hitting back, enemy targets blasted to bits as Donald Trump launches a new war of words.
I don't want to do a ceasefire.
Tonight, NBC reports President Trump is deciding whether to send in hundreds or thousands of ground troops. Options include opening the Strait of Hormuz, deploying troops to small islands in the Persian Gulf to stop Iran attacking boats. Another option, several hundred US troops to seize oil facilities on Karg Island, stopping cash flow to Iran. Or potentially the most dangerous option, sending troops to retrieve Iran's highly enriched uranium. At first, the president denied troop plans.
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere.
But pressed again.
That if I told you the answer to that question, my military people would be very happy.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, and I don't get mad and try to be funny on some, yeah, well, he said one thing, but now he's doing another. How are you going to tell somebody what you're doing when you're actually at WAR? Oh, all they got to do is watch TV to figure out what you're doing? That wouldn't be too smart, would it? Come on now, let's keep on moving forward. TSA agents, they calling out, and I don't blame them. A lot of people are living check to check. They got this thing going on back and forth with the Republicans and the Democrats and the Republicans. Well, it's your fault that you guys are not opening up the TSA. All of these people should be mad at you. No, Republicans, it's your fault that... So now we're in the middle of this ping pong ball just like this. Meanwhile, families is wondering how they're going to pay their rent, pay their bills, and all types of situations going on. Guess what? TSA workers, agents, they calling out record numbers right now. So you know what that's doing? It's putting a strain on a holiday, on the spring break season right now. It doesn't seem to be stopping people from wanting to take flights, though. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. See what you got. See what we got going on over here.
Okay, meanwhile, back here in the United States, travelers are being plagued by long lines and unpredictable wait times, and TSA officers are calling out in droves ahead of a busy spring break travel weekend. It's all over a near historic funding holdup for the Department of Homeland Security. Madeline Rivera joins us from Washington, where we're expecting some action on the Senate floor today.
Giggity, giggity. Is that Quagmire's daughter by any chance?
Hey, Madeline.
But it is another frustrating day at airports across the country as travelers face long lines with no idea as to when the situation will improve. The national call-out rate for TSA workers was more than 10% on Wednesday, causing major delays. 38% of TSA employees called out at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Roughly the same percentage of TSA workers called out at Houston's George Bush Airport. The peak wait time nearing an hour for passengers going through standard screening.
We got here like at 9 o'clock and it just snakes around and nobody's making progress. And even people in TSA pre-check are waiting in line.
I have clear and pre-check, and this is the line I'm in because nothing is open.
We're worried now our flight's pretty soon.
The Senate is set to convene.
Normally when you pay for clear, you can walk clear through with no problem, right? That didn't look like she was clearly having a problem right there. I don't want to laugh or joke about it, but right now, We really need to get down to the bottom of this back and forth about masks and what they're deciding on doing with Homeland. They should separate those situations and deal with this by itself, because this has nothing at all to do with that. Let's keep on going, y'all.
Being for a rare weekend session today, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer wants to take a procedural vote to fund TSA, but not the rest of DHS, and it comes after the Senate failed to advance a bill to fund the department a fifth time on Friday. Senator John Fetterman was once again the only Democrat to vote yes.
If the Republicans don't agree to the ICE reforms that you guys want, all of them, what's the next step? How long are you willing to leave DHS unfunded?
Ask the Republicans. Ask the Republicans.
Order's our Tom Homan met with lawmakers on Capitol Hill Friday to try and resolve the differences. Republicans say they and the White House.
Oh, man. See, it's just a whole bunch of back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Hey, you want another soundbite? You want another soundbite? Would you like another soundbite? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Now we got to really see the strain of what's going on, because they're saying economically it's really not hurting the sales when it comes down to, let's say, going to South Beach, spring break and stuff. I don't know if it's as fun as it used to be, because when I look at the images and the videos now, it's a lot of gates and stuff like that and a lot of police out there. I guess that's just for the safety. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. We're going to cue this up right now to get to the meats of this story right here.
These long lines, are there going to be people like us who say, okay, you know what, with young kids, maybe I won't travel, I'll cancel my flights, I'll pull back. If you get enough people who do that, then that's a real economic impact of people pulling back and saying, I'm not going to travel, I'm canceling plans altogether.
You got 2 or 3 kids and you guys were planning on flying somewhere, right? But now you got to go through a line like that with all of your kids. You guys want to be dealing with that? Is that really a vacation? It's like you're going to need the vacation in order just to take up for the time that you had to get through the airport. Like, oh my God, I'm so glad we're here. It's going to be more work just for the vacation. Keep on going, y'all.
You know, you raise a good point, because it's not just spring break. With Easter coming, now decisions have to be made, as the Senate doesn't appear to be any closer to breaking this logjam.
You know what's interesting is there's a group of airports, San Francisco International is one of them, who's involved in the SPP. Basically, it's falls under TSA in terms of those private contractors have to have the same standards, but it's sort of a public-private partnership. It's close to privatizing TSA that we haven't had in a while. My call is, let's privatize TSA. This is ridiculous, the fact that all of this can go unfunded and be held up by Democrats who don't want to get on board and fund DHS. So we've done analysis of, you could do that. You could try to privatize. I mean, that's not a short-term solution. That's going to have to be a multi-year.
Look, at almost not even a calendar year, they've already shut down the TSA 2 times already. Do you guys think that they need to go ahead and try to privatize so that they can't be affected by situations like this anymore? Should the TSA be privatized now? That's what they're going at right now. That's what they're saying.
Debate in Congress to figure that out, but people who are signed up for Clear, even PreCheck, I've looked at lines at San Francisco Airport. They're moving because they've gone with private contractors and not relying solely on the government.
Okay, so you brought up the privatizing. We just, in the last headlines here minutes ago, we learned that Elon Musk is now offering, putting on the table, that he will pay the salaries of TSA employees. You can see it here. He says, I would like to offer to pay the salaries of TSA personnel during this funding impasse that is negatively affecting the lives of so many Americans at airports throughout the country. I got to tell you, Taylor, good on you, Elon Musk.
Yes.
If you have the wherewithal and means to do it, because these TSA agents, these men and women, are real humans. And a lot of them aren't calling out sick or quitting because they're angry. It's because they've got to make ends meet. And
how you going to work if you ain't got no gas money? I mean, a simple question. How you going to work if you ain't got no gas money? And real is real and the fact's a fact, but I'd be damned if their stomach probably ain't in their back. Come on now. Hungry, they got kids. How you supposed to be going somewhere to do some work and then not even knowing if you're going to get paid or not? No, no, no. I want to pray for these TSA workers. It was very honorable as well for Elon to step up like that and say that he would pay, but they're saying that he can't do it because they have to be paid by the government. sadly, I hope, that's a sad situation there, but hopefully they can get over this situation right now. Because again, it's like another form of war. I can say that right now, even though it's no bloodshed, but there's hunger going on, people losing, like they got bills accruing and trying to loan and like take bank loans and things like that with these high sorts of interest right now. Have no idea what they're doing right now, just playing with the American people's lives. And we can't stand it right now because we're already suffering. I want to pray for everybody that's dealing with this dilemma and going through this right now and hope that they get through it very soon, very fast. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward. We got to get on over to Texas. We got the Senate Democrats who plan to file a bill to eliminate Cesar Chavez Day. What do you guys think about that? They're talking about eliminating the day. I think they're talking about changing some school names as well. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got a lot to cover. I told you, it's Sunday. Let's get it. Purple Sunday.
Hurt, disappointment, shock, disbelief.
I've seen plenty of power banks over my 15 years of reviewing tech, but this Ridge one quickly became a favorite. So this?
And, many of us have grown up honoring him.
The allegations of sexual abuse against Cesar Chavez have struck a deep nerve across the state of Texas.
It's been a tough couple of days to deal with, but also on the other side, certainly appreciate and respect the people that have come forward.
State Senator Carol Alvarado knows Dolores Huerta and some of Chavez's family. On Wednesday, Huerta revealed she's among the women and girls accusing Chavez of sexual abuse, even revealing the assaults led to 2 pregnancies.
I'm sure it was very difficult, especially if that's something that you've been holding inside to yourself for decades.
On Wednesday, Governor Greg Abbott announced the state of Texas will not observe Cesar Chavez Day, and he'll work with state lawmakers to remove Cesar Chavez Day from state law altogether.
There is a rumor floating around today that some Senate Democrats are already beginning to draft a resolution. Can you tell me if that's true? Do you know anything about it?
I am looking to file legislation because the holiday was created through legislation, so it's in statute. So we have to go back to that next session and do away with it and then introduce something, which I plan to do, and to honor Dolores Huerta.
Was there any truth to the rumor that there would be an attempt to pass a resolution out of session?
Well, we really can't do that. I mean, we're looking at that, but we're trying to determine if that can even be done.
I reached out to State Senator Jose Menendez, who is the chair of the Texas Senate Hispanic Caucus, for an interview, but he wasn't available. He did post a statement on Facebook saying, in part, the Senate Hispanic Caucus stands with the women who have reported abuse by Cesar Chavez.
What's crazy is there's always been like quiet whispers of it and things like that. The sad part is, you would think like the way her story explained was she's a 96-year-old woman. She actually was impregnated twice by him, but she made arrangements for the children to go with other families. Then they found out that there were many other claims the same way by Chavez, allegedly. And this is a bad situation here because a lot of people, of course, looked up to him and honored him and looked up to him as a role model and a pillar in the community. So it's a very sad day for a lot of people. They're going to try to keep the farm and agricultural situations going on the way that they were, honoring that part. But everything else is just really, it's like a dark day, a dark time right now for that whole Chavez name and the situation. Let's keep on going, you guys. Yeah, I think that's about it for that right there. Yeah, I think that she, like somebody said in the comments, she finally found some strength. And she finally found some strength in all of the years of like this much must have took a lot for her, to finally step up and say something. I guess sometimes when you feel it's time, you just got to do it. And because she did it, maybe other people stepped up as well, so they can confirm what she was talking about. Let's keep on moving forward to Washington. This is the story that I really wanted you guys to know about. We got a dad of a little girl who was hit by an illegal migrant driver. Had some words and some for the Democrats doing the SOTU honoring. I want you guys to check this out. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen, get those likes up. I told you we got a lot of information to get into. Follow-ups, trending topics, and current events. Let's get it, y'all.
Delilah Colburn was only 5 years old in June
stream from here anymore.
EVE Online is a
2024, when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
That was President Trump honoring seven-year-old Delilah Coleman at his State of the Union address, talking about Delilah's Law. And now Delilah's father, Marcus Coleman, joins us with his beautiful daughter. Delilah, it's great to see you, Marcus. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us. It's such an inspiration, your story, and you've just been leading the way. You're such a bright light, both of you, for the nation. Can you please tell the viewer what happened to Delilah? Can you just explain what happened?
Yeah, so Delilah was involved in a vehicle accident back in 2024, and she suffered a skull fracture that resulted in a TBI, a broken femur. She had 3 concussions, and since then she's been diagnosed with diplegic cerebral palsy, global development delay, and obviously the TBI. Right now she has about the mentality of about an 18-month-old. She's relearning how to walk. She's still nonverbal. She has a tube in her stomach where we have to feed her because it's hard for her to eat orally. So all her nutrition comes through that tube. And right now she's in special education classes.
Okay, so this is quite a story. I mean, look at Delilah. She's adorable. People have just, their hearts have leapt out of their chest at you guys and Delilah. What do you want to say to Democrats who stayed seated when President Trump called for Congress to stand and applaud Delilah? What did you want to say to them?
I still don't understand it. I don't understand how you can not be a part of the solution when you clearly see it. You let your political views get in the way. It's mind-boggling. I really don't understand how somebody would allow America to continue to not be safe behind their political beliefs when it has nothing to do with that. Delilah's Law has nothing to do with politics at all. It's about safety on the roads, safety for the motoring public, as well as anybody that's on the road.
And this is the part that I'll be talking about. And I apologize, you guys, but yes, it's a very emotional story in a very emotional situation right now. This is the part that I say about the humanity of people. You have to overlook certain things. You got to be able to overlook party, Republican, Democrat, to come together for stuff like this. Like, this is a child, a baby that was harmed. I just don't understand it. I really don't.
It's not aimed at a certain race or ethnicity or immigration status or anything like that. They said at the TNI hearing, there's no Democratic roads, there's no Republican roads, just American roads. And that's what we're trying to keep safe.
That's an important point you just made, Marcus. Thank you for that. So what do you say to Democrats and to Congress to pass Delilah's Law to keep U.S. roads safe in giving unqualified illegal alien truckers driving licenses? There's an estimated 200,000 out there. The bill did pass out of the House Transportation Committee. What's your message to Democrats and lawmakers in Congress to passing Delilah's Law? What do you want to say to them?
We need to continue moving forward. There needs to be a medium that we can meet as far as getting the roads safe. I'm willing to meet with anybody. I've been out in D.C. for almost a month off and on. I'm willing to meet with them and talk with them so we can come up to some type of resolution. Something needs to be met. There's going to be another accident, big one, that somebody's going to end up dying in. There's been several since Delilah's accident. We can stop this if we band together. This isn't a hard option. This is something very, very easy that we can fix.
Important what you just said, Marcus. What do you want to say to American families out there about this issue?
Be careful. right now, be careful because this isn't isolated to one part of the nation. It's clearly shot from California. It's shot all the way to Indiana, all the way to Florida. So this is happening everywhere and anywhere. This isn't isolated to one part of the country. This is a nationwide crisis that's going on right here. And it took this long for Delilah's accident to get out. You can only imagine the amount of other accidents that are out there that nobody's even heard of.
Man, that's the rough one right there. And y'all get mad at me because I'm not a Democrat? What? Don't ask me questions like that. I want to pray for Delilah. I would love to pray for her father, for her family. I want to pray for the Democrats. I want to pray for everybody who sat down when they knew that they was wrong and they were supposed to stand up. I want to pray for every single one of you, because if you could sit down while that was going on, Lord knows where your heart is at. And I feel pain for you. I really do. Because I really do feel pain for you if you don't understand that was totally wrong for not standing up for that little baby. That was a terrible, tragic event. And look what God did. Brought her right through it. I know it's rough and they're going through it, but God's going to be there for them and they're trying their best. Amen. Crazy. I don't get it. Oh, yeah. Let's get on over to New York. We're going to go over to New York now in Brooklyn. We got 2 sisters in Brooklyn in a building that were pow. Yeah, one of them is in critical and the other one, I think she's in stable condition. I don't know. They said maybe a boyfriend or something like that. Women, crazy boyfriends. Oh, I like the crazy ones. No, we need to do away with crazy. Fellas too. Oh, she grabbed she grabbed something. Get up out of there. My mother always tell me, as soon as it comes to that, it's time to go. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. You do me a favor, I appreciate it if you double tap that screen and get those likes up. I really would, because it gets more people over here to see stories like that and make questions and make the question have to be answered. Why? Why wouldn't you stand up for something like that? I want more people to ask that question. Because if you sit down for something like that, what else would you sit down for? Let's go. Let's keep on going, y'all. Let's go.
It's been an emotional day for neighbors living here inside 1625 Fulton Street.
That was a rough one. That was a rough one. There. Woo, that was a rough one.
It's sad because the environment is not safe anymore.
They woke up to the news that 2 sisters were shot inside their building just before 10:30 last night.
Somebody actually called me this morning and they said they heard about the shooting on the news.
Police have not released the names of the siblings, but they say a 21-year-old woman was shot multiple times throughout her body, and a 40-year-old woman was shot once in the abdomen.
It's really sad.
The 21-year-old is said to be in critical condition at this time, and the 40-year-old is in stable condition. Sources close to the investigation say police are looking for one of the women's boyfriends.
Anybody who watched the news with us yesterday with Kathy Hochul and what's her name? Commissioner Tisch was saying that crime is down and everywhere and there's no powers going on. And then they started bringing it in. She tried to overtalk everybody. You guys do remember that, right? Just 2 days ago, right? I'm just making sure that you're with me. Because, yeah, not 2 days later, keeps on going.
Management, they do little to less to make sure the environment is safe.
Neighbors say the building does have security, but they are rarely there when you need them.
Man, what you think? You crazy? Ain't nobody messing around with no top flight security out here. Top flight security. Yeah, he said I'm security for the world, for the earth, Craig. That's you top flight security messing around with pow. Police ain't even out there doing that. And not only that, they're talking about cutting down on police in New York. You guys heard about that, right? And cutting down on overtime. Got too much police out here is what they trying to say, I guess, huh? And not only that, remember yesterday, now they want to go from 2 people on the train, conductor and the crew, to 1 person. Lord knows what they trying to do to us in New York. I can keep going. The congestive price and the salt trick, where they spray the salt on the ground so that it can melt. I got a whole bunch of them. Woo! If I was to do the Doge New York myself, they would hate me. How you know about that? Because I know how to find corruption. Like Brian when he says, let's keep on going. DOT, targeted illegals from these guys, these firms that are hiring illegal immigrants. DOT is now finally going after these guys and the firms that are hiring these guys now, these illegal immigrants. I'm trying not to say certain words because y'all be getting at me in the comments. So when I see things over there like illegal immigrants, I'll be like, oh, let me try to flip it because they gon', you know what I'm saying? Y'all be on some, yo, don't say that, don't call him that. But what are they? I don't know his name. Javier Wong, I don't know his name. He's an illegal immigrant. That's what they're trying to do right now. It says over there right now, targeting alleges from hiring illegal immigrants. Don't get mad at me for what it says. Let's go, y'all.
Our regular guest, American Truckers United co-founder Harvey Beach, on trucking companies who had hired an illegal alien trucker who caused a fatal crash in Indiana that killed 4 Amish men. Now, the Transportation Department just shut down 4 trucking companies linked to that crash. And now the DOT is uncovering a large network of fake trucking companies that hire illegal alien truckers. Roughly 15 people now dead in fatal crashes linked to this. Let's welcome to the show
Somebody said I had a tractor trailer go from the shoulder, cut across 4 lanes right in front of me. Wow, that's crazy right there. Wow. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. I really would appreciate it. They need to finally be doing something about this because these trailers, they're too huge to not have the right people behind them. My grandfather used to drive a truck, the Salem joints.
Administrator of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, Derek Barrs. Derek, it's great to see you, sir. So let's back up. You say there's over 6,000 fake trucking companies using fake addresses across the country, hiring illegal alien truckers? That's a lot.
What?
Liz, thank you for having me on the show. And I just wanted to say real quick about the crash that you mentioned in Indiana. That's a horrific crash, and that should not have ever happened. And the lives that were lost to those Americans that were lost because of a crash that was preventable. And so the number of motor carriers that we have just expanded over a period of time that we believe are running in these shell companies, similar to the ones that you're showing right now on the screen. These companies are running together. I like to use the analogy that they are like every time that you get a speeding ticket, you change your license plate. Well, you can't do that. Well, these folks are actually doing the same thing. They're putting a different name on the side of the truck, but actually their same ways are still moving forward. So we are moving forward at a speed to be able to address this issue. We know it's an issue, and we are addressing it under Secretary Duffy's leadership and our team at FMCSA.
So they're burying how the illegal alien truckers are violating the law in shell companies. Then when you catch them, they shut down the shell companies and then pop up under another registration. Is that it, to dodge the fines?
That is correct. They are dodging. They're going from one spot or one trucking company to the next trucking company, basically like a bait and switch, as I like to call it. And they're often trying to they catch up with them with fines, or they potentially could be placed out of service, and so they go to another company that they already have under a different name. As I mentioned earlier, they're the same companies, they're the same operators, the same drivers, the same vehicles, but just for the different name on the side of the vehicle.
It's unbelievable. Wow, you got FMCSA Administrator Derek Barrs, you got a lot of work cut out for you. Thank you so much for bringing.
Man, they gotta get some more security on measures going on when it come down to that there. Like if they could just switch up, oh yeah, okay, we did something over there, we're gonna change our name and call ourselves Easy Way Towing. Something happened with Easy Way, yo, we're going over to ABC now. Something happened to ABZ, it's Jekyll and Hyde. All they gotta do is keep on switching names, y'all. And now they keep on having all of these bad people on the road because they ain't gonna really be able to hire good people, because why? Good people don't work for companies like that. Trust me, because they ain't gonna pay them right and all types of other janky stuff probably going on. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and get those likes up. I really would appreciate it. It's Purple Sunday. We're doing our wrap-ups as far as that and much, much more. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's keep it moving. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. If you haven't subscribed, we're almost at 70,000 subscribers. And I think we can do it today, you guys. Come on now, let's get the love going. Let's hit that subscribe button. Come on, let's get on over to Massachusetts. It's not a driving situation, luckily, where these 2 women escape after these masked men try to jump inside of their whip and do the K word. the word that I can't say because that circle gonna start going. You know what I'm talking about, right? The idnap word, that's the one I'm talking about. So yeah, Massachusetts, 2 guys tried to jump inside the whip and they was not having it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let me see where that's at right here. There we go.
Jessica, there was a large piece of luggage in that back seat. This Walpole family, they're shaken to the...
Turns out the government tracks a lot of data, and it's scattered all over the place. Data on price.
Core. Walpole police are still investigating over at the mall on Route 1. The girls, they fled on foot. The car was not stolen. This is happening on Monday, just after 10 p.m. A 20-year-old behind the wheel was eating Chick-fil-A with her friend. The car running with interior and exterior lights on. They were parked near the Kohl's. 2 large men, she told police, in ski masks tried jumping in the back seat. The girls screamed. They went running to another car with a woman inside. That woman did not open the door, but she called 911. The girls found safety finally inside the Chili's restaurant.
The Chili's received 2 911 calls reporting that a vehicle was stolen from that parking lot. One was a bystander. She reports that 2 females approached her vehicle stating that her vehicle was stolen. And then the second call was from the actual vehicle owner reporting that 2 males jumped into the back of her gray Honda Accord.
They assumed the car would be stolen. The driver's mom telling us it is incredibly difficult emotionally to speak on. Had there not been a large suitcase in the back seat preventing the second assailant from easily entering the vehicle, the outcome may have been very different. That and the girl's instinct to flee screaming for help likely was a differentiator. The car was left in the lot running, and the police say their purses and their cell phones were still in the car when they went back to it. Police are looking for more information. If you have any, call Walpole Police. Live in Walpole, Rondella Richardson, WC.
Nah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That was Tyrone and Ricky. That was y'all ex-boyfriends right there trying to scare y'all to death or something like that. They was trying to get some TikTok content right there. Y'all do me a favor. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. They getting me right now. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. You probably seen it happen to me before. Yesterday we had a power surge. Everything just went out. I had to restart everything and line up the videos again. When you line up the videos again, guess what it does? Hey, commercial. That's right. And then you guys are going to say, Boogotti, why don't you get premium YouTube? I ain't paying for it. Y'all got something on it, slide it to your boy, and we can make it happen. Until then, stop telling people how to pay their bills. You know what I did yesterday? Yeah, I went to the bank and I found about 15 different companies that was connected to my debit card. And you know what I did? Disconnected every single one of them. So now I pay them as they come. I'm not playing around with that reoccurring $5 whatever, all of a sudden let them sting you or whatever like that. Go check out how many people have probably got their tentacles on your bank account. $5 over here, $10 over there, $20 over there. And you'd be surprised how many accounts that you're paying and don't even use the service anymore. Netflix, old accounts, Paramount and all of that. Yeah, really look into that. See how much money you're gonna save. So now, once I get everything filtered, then we'll move forward and see what we're paying for. Because I kind of dodged the system on my own. Broke all the ties with everybody, and now I can see all the bills as they come. The ones that they're supposed to be honored, we'll honor those. That's how we do it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Also, ad blocker. Okay, what else you got? Change there is the settings. LOL, new debit card saves lots of money. It definitely do. You tell them Bugatti smart advice. Yes, Kevin, try it if you, all right, check this out what happened. Told you guys what happened, right? All of a sudden on my birthday, bing! Thank you for the $350 purchase of your Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender, I never ordered that. And then they called Verizon, back and forth, come to find out they were supposed to give it to me for free. So I'm like, okay, what up with the $350? Oh, let me get you over to billing, 45 minutes more. Let me get you over to this place. Oh, we're gonna credit the account. What you mean credit my account? This internet ain't nothing but like 80 bucks. Y'all took $350, what are you talking about? Long dilemma. Told you guys there's gonna be a video about it, but that's why this is happening. Just wanted to explain it to you because I know a bunch of people are going to say, get YouTube Premium. Hell with YouTube Premium. They're already stinging me for every dollar you guys give me, they get 30 cents. That's right. You give me $1, they take 70. They give me 70 cents. So now I go get YouTube Premium. We might as well be 50-50. I'm honestly gonna just tell you guys that. Real talk. Every time you guys give me $1, they take 30 cents. That's why the Cash App is up there. Tell you guys to use the Cash App. All that super chat, super for them. Keep on going over to Ohio now. $22 million is going to be paid now by a firm because of what they did for this mother. She was denied to be able to work from home. She had been already going through prenatal issues, and the job told her she cannot work from home. You got to get back to work. She wound up having a baby. When she had the baby did not live. Sad situation right here, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen. You got to get on over to Ohio. That's why I don't want to give them no more dough. Would you? Would you want to give them some more dough if you already 70-30 with them?
Legal win for one Ohio mother dealing with an unthinkable tragedy.
Hi there, guys. My name is Mr. Ahmed. My daughter, Aya.
A jury deciding Chelsea Walsh's former employer, TQL, must pay her more than $22 million after denying her the ability to work from home during her high-risk pregnancy. In February 2021, Walsh underwent emergency surgery to prevent early labor. She requested to work from home following the advice from her doctor to remain on bed rest. The lawsuit alleges Walsh's manager gave her two options: remain on unpaid leave until she gave birth, or work in the office against medical advice.
No, thanks. Get out of here.
Walsh work in the office against medical advice. Walsh said that she couldn't afford to lose income or health insurance, so she made the difficult decision to return to work. Just days later, though, Walsh went into labor, giving birth to her daughter Magnolia at just 20 weeks and 6 days. Magnolia died in her arms an hour and a half later. And now I want to bring in our NBC News legal analyst, Misty Maris, to help us understand this case. Misty, clearly such a difficult case and tragic circumstances. The jury found enough evidence in the mother's case to side with her. So walk us through what they decided.
Yeah, Gabe, this is obviously a tragic case, and it's a very unique legal theory. This was brought under a wrongful death statute. So this is seeking damages relating to the death that is to compensate the family, the loved ones who have lost their loved ones. So this is about negligence. It's whether or not there was a foreseeable risk that this terrible tragedy would occur. So what the jury was focusing on and what was presented at trial was what the employer knew and when about the high-risk pregnancy and those circumstances. And when they did not grant the plaintiff the ability to work from home, was that the cause of this tragic outcome. So the jury ultimately found in favor of the plaintiff, meaning that the plaintiffs were able to get that evidence over the net. The jury found it credible and ultimately gave this $20+ million award.
And look, Misty, something that stood out to us in the suit. Lawyers for Walsh, they say that her husband spoke with his employer's HR manager, who told him the work from home denial his wife got was wrong. That manager contacted an executive at TQL to tell him they were making a mistake, to which the exec responded, quote, "Thank you, you just saved us a lawsuit." How much did that likely help Walsh's case here?
This is really a central part of the case, and it's a really just convoluted fact pattern, because you have this piece of information that's so critical coming from outside the company, and then the response really being about saving a lawsuit. Gabe, that speaks to that issue of whether or not there was a foreseeable risk. The response really indicates that it was known by the company, or that's the argument, that it was known by the company that there could be a tragic outcome if in fact they did not act. So that's certainly something that was focused upon, and clearly the jury, finding in favor of the plaintiff, saw it that way and applied it in that sense.
$22.5 million. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, baby. No, but I don't know, how could you don't think about money when you lose your baby. Like, it's like the baby, you don't care about that money, man. You're supposed to have your baby. And that's just so tragic right there for something like that to happen, you guys. I'd like to pray for the mother in this story here. I know they got compensated, but there's no such thing as compensated for everything. Compensating a human life is totally different, especially when you can't see a baby grow and go through different stages of birth and different walking and crawling and stuff like that. I know money is a major part of life, but nothing is comparison to human life, I'm telling you. Amen. Because you can't enjoy the money if you ain't alive anyway. Straight up and down. People put the cart before the horse all the time and always be on some money, 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 money all the time. And you know what we're going to do with you? We're going to make sure that you don't try to get slick on us.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it.
Yeah, you want to play around with me? I already know what to do now.
Save up to $3,500.
We're going to spin you out. Because I ain't stupid.
Tonight we're following up on...
And that's how we do the freaky deaky from the hood. Yeah, that's what happened when you're from the 70s and you know how to rock algorithms and you know how to do stuff. And what they call it, analog. Yeah, we're going to rock analog with Boogotti for a minute. Y'all want to play around with me? Let me show you. No. Let's keep on moving forward to Mississippi now. Well, we got this mom that's been charged, and she deserved to be charged with what she's getting right here. Well, her daughter's body's been found in the closet. Yes, this child was, she had a couple of deficiencies, and she basically had this deficiency where she didn't grow like everybody else. And the next thing you know, I guess mom got a little fed up and it was a little hard to try to keep up with this child. And she decided to do, I don't know what, but they wound up finding a baby in the closet. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Oh, you thought I didn't know how to get around you?
On a breaking story we brought you yesterday at 5, that tragic case in South Haven that left a 20-year-old special needs woman dead and has her mother in jail tonight. 40-year-old Cynthia Clemens will be in court Wednesday after the family tells us her 20-year-old daughter, Makira Clemens, decomposing remains were found in a closet in the mother's bedroom. WRG investigator April Thompson has new information in the case and the mother now charged.
Now, because we lagged a little bit, had a little bit of hiccups, I would really appreciate you guys to double tap the screen, get those likes up. I think many more people need to see this story. I really would appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, we're trying to get to that 70,000 mark, 80, 90, then 100. So yeah, go ahead and double tap and hit that subscribe button. That's the one that's free. The membership is very expensive. It's a whole $2.99, and I understand, so I'm not going to ask you to do that. But you know what I would like for you to do? Give me all the money in your pockets. Nah, I don't. I just want you to double tap that screen, hit that like button. Please hit that bell down there. I got a lot more for you. Let's keep on going, y'all. Let's go. Let's catch up.
WREG has learned the body of 20-year-old Makira Clemens has now been sent to the state of Mississippi Medical Examiner's Office for an autopsy, and law enforcement officers are waiting for the results to determine if more charges than tampering with evidence and abuse of a vulnerable adult will be filed against Makira's mom, Cynthia Clemens. Cynthia is in the DeSoto County Jail for what was found at these South Park Garden Apartments Wednesday. Makira's aunt, Rosie Atkins, talked to WREG about the call she got from her nephew, Makira's brother, who is also in his 20s.
He said they had located the body. It was like, it was true. What he thought he saw was true.
WREG investigators have been digging into the background of Cynthia Yvette Clemens. We haven't come across any criminal record. We're told she and her 2 children have lived in South Park Gardens since 2021. The older son regularly travels out of town. His sister, Makira, who had Down syndrome, required constant care. She was 20, but had the body of a little child.
And my family is taking it very hard because it's Kari. Kari non-verbal. She don't talk. She sit in one spot all day, mostly all day. She just smile at you most of the time.
But since January, the brother hadn't seen his sister when he came home. He asked his mother, who they called Vet, where she was.
It's like, I keep asking Vet where she's at, and she's telling me she don't know.
Meanwhile, family says Cynthia was telling Makira's dad something else when he called and asked about Makira.
She keeps saying she at this lady house who also has an Down syndrome daughter. So she was telling him like she felt like it was better for her to be with that lady.
They say the son began noticing something odd. Cynthia was keeping her bedroom door closed, but one day it was open enough for him to see in.
Mistakenly, she opened her door and he walked past and he saw something that looked like a body bag.
He called police. Officers who responded said they got conflicting stories on the missing woman, so they got a search warrant. When they did a thorough search of the apartment, they found a person's remains.
The only thing I saw is the police officer was parked right here. He was coming out of that door with cautious tape.
Police have not charged Cynthia Yvette Clemens with the death, but they do say the charges against her could change pending an autopsy. Investigating for your news leader in Memphis, April Thompson, WREG News Channel 3.
She was 20 years old.
Looking for more pieces to that tragic story tonight, and the WREG investigators didn't find any criminal history on Cynthia Clemens. We're also looking into records at the Department of Child Services, but family members told us they had no clue there was anything wrong.
Just with the mirror?
Crazy, man. That's the bad one right there. 20 years old, but you couldn't tell because of what she was going through with the body and everything like that. I want to pray for her. I want to pray for the family. And you see that she had some real siblings and some real family members that was like, you know, calling her stuff like her nickname, Kari. Like, that was Kari. Like, that's family right there. Like, what's going on with this? They didn't understand it because they still loved it no matter what. Because once you grow up with somebody, you accept them for who they are, you still love them. Had many times and many family members, doesn't even matter about their disabilities. It matters about their heart and the love that they have for you. And I guarantee you one thing, they always be the one to be there for you when stuff gets rough. So I want to pray for her, I want to pray for the family, and I want to pray that they find out the bottom line and really get to see where this happened at. And hopefully it's just one person and nobody else. Yeah, amen. Sad situation right there. 20 years old, 20 years old, and you couldn't even tell that she was 20 because of, I guess, what she was going through. Well, I don't know what they call that, the disability. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That was a bad one right there. California, FBI say that 9 people and more suspects are targeting the elderly. That's how they're doing it, you guys. And what they're doing, trying to go after their identities so that they can use their mortgages. That's right, they're using their mortgages to make credit cards because that's basically where the real money is at. They go after the credit cards and try to hit your pockets. Hold on a minute real quick. No, that's not the one. I think we're going to go over to Minneapolis real quick and see what's going on with Tampon Tim. They might try to get slick with this commercial, but I'm going to get them. Come on. Let's see what's going on with these meal sites. Oh, this is the one. We got this one sponsor. He's supposed to be paying back $1 million because of money that they found out that he wasn't supposed to get. Come to find out, he's getting another check from the state. I guess he's going to use that one to pay the one that he owes. Yes, that's right. You guys heard me right. Hopefully they'll let this whole video play, but if not, we're going to spin it out. Let's go.
First at 6, a KARE 11 investigation into potential fraud involving a nonprofit. Part of Governor Walz's proposed anti-fraud package that he introduced just weeks ago includes stopping lawmakers from making direct appropriations to nonprofits. That means sending taxpayer money directly to nonprofits without competitive grants. Our Lou Ragoose discovered a case involving a group already accused of fraud, Lou?
Jennifer, the New American Development Center is currently paying back $1.1 million to the Minnesota Department of Education after what MDE called fraudulent claims the nonprofit made in the embattled child nutrition program. But less than a year after that, the legislature sent them another $1 million.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
In a legislative committee hearing in 2024, DFL lawmakers vouched for the work done by the New American Development Center, or NADC.
Over the years, they have developed life-changing programs.
I have seen them, work extensively during COVID with community when everything was shut down.
We managed for the state of Minnesota COVID.
You believe this? Do you believe it? Let me know now. Do you believe them or do you think, okay?
Relief grants.
But as Executive Director Assad Ali Wade described his nonprofit's work, particularly during the pandemic, he didn't mention NADC's participation in the federal meals program as a sponsor like Feeding Our Future. In 2021 and 2022, NADC claimed to serve meals to children from its former office on Nicollet Avenue, where the Alex Preddy Memorial now stands.
Watch how much money he billed them for.
And from this warehouse in Bloomington. How many meals? 2.9 million. According to the Minnesota Department of Education, the New American Development Center submitted those 2.9 million meal claims for $7.8 million in taxpayer reimbursements. Although Allie Wade has not been criminally charged, MDE noticed what it called red flags. Court records show NADC claims small restaurants like Adama up in Columbia Heights delivered thousands of hot meals per month, despite Adama not being approved as a food vendor. Court records also show NADC claimed to buy pallets of groceries from a company called Forward Distribution, which did not have a food and beverage license and was not even registered as a business with the Secretary of State. MDE issued this letter of serious deficiency to NADC, finding the nonprofit engaged in unlawful practices, false and fraudulent claims. The Minnesota Court of Appeals ruled in favor of MDE, forcing NADC to pay back $1.1 million. Despite multiple attempts over several weeks in person, by phone, and email to reach Allie Wade, a recipient of the prestigious Bush Fellowship, he did not answer any questions or even respond to KARE 11. Back to that legislative hearing.
While we are looking at our fiscal future in Minnesota,
Months after the ruling forcing NADC into a rare repayment plan with MDE, the legislature approved $1 million taxpayer dollars in direct appropriations to the nonprofit.
I think that these smart investments are going to be tremendous.
I guess that other million was to pay back for the first million that they told them to pay back.
Down the line and bringing back more revenue to the state.
Representative Carly Katiza-Watoon says she had no idea about the meal program allegations and says she would not have supported this bill if she had, telling KARE 11 in the statement, "We need to look into stronger information sharing of fraud claims between agencies and lawmakers."
But nobody want to work no more. Everybody want to do fraud, and everybody want to do schemes. Everybody out here just like, nah, nobody want to work no more, huh? Nobody want to, nobody want to go to work in the morning. Hey, Bob. Hey, Sally. How you guys doing? I got my coffee. Guess what I saw on TV last? Nobody want to go to work, huh? Everybody just want to be a fraudster in certain places. We're going to keep on moving forward to get on to some more fraud. The ones that we were talking about in California, trying to take over these older people's mortgages. See if we got to spin it out too. FBI says that 9+ suspects are targeting elderly victims.
Law enforcement, both the federal and local, executed some arrest warrants and arresting up to 9 individuals in Los Angeles County in connection with a long-running scheme to defraud, basically like a mortgage fraud, to fraudulently get people's information and then to use those stolen identities to obtain millions of dollars in loans from lenders.
On both ends of this scheme, with the victim being in the middle, this organized crime network has their minions, so to speak, on the lending side and the theft side of it, and then the money laundering side of this. It is a priority for us based on what's going on nationally in this lane. Trying to recover those funds and get them back to the taxpayers is a priority. We're working closely with the IRS in this bill.
Yeah, well, it's not just U.S. Attorney. I mean, it's all federal law enforcement, and the president, of course, is a task force on fraud, and this is just, one part of that. I mean, this is obviously fraud is, something that is ongoing, but and has long been a focus of federal law enforcement. But I think there's a renewed emphasis on this, just in terms of, people. Nobody likes to see somebody get a bunch of money for nothing, basically, and then especially if you have people who've they paid off their mortgages on their homes. They should feel confident that, they still own those homes free of encumbrances. And so, we're certainly focusing on fraud in all its forms, not just fraud against the government or, whether it's the state or the national government. But it's also, in this case, you have fraud against private citizens and, private lenders as well. So it's not just the public sector, it's the private sector chair.
And the lawyers and the real estate agents are now getting down with it too, y'all. Nobody's off course. I got some stories coming up that you guys ain't gonna believe. Let's get in a little bit more fraudsters right here. Y'all gotta watch out for the elderly people. I'm telling you, the main ones they're trying to get after. Like with these fraud schemes, got this Fidelity situation right here where somebody called up and was like, matter of fact, let them tell you. Be careful, you guys. No one is going to call you and tell you anything about your account. Don't let them catch you out there like that. You might think it's only insurance, but it still can catch you out there.
Nearly $100,000 taken from his Fidelity investment accounts by fraud.
Roku's self-serve ads platform. It's easy.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? No, we're not. No, we're not, because I know I could spin out and...
Cambridge man had nearly $100,000 taken from his Fidelity investment accounts by fraudsters.
He reached out to NBC 10's consumer investigative reporter Bianca Beltran to share his experience and a warning about keeping your accounts safe.
I got a call from Fidelity one morning. They told me that somebody stole $99,500 from me, and they asked me if I did it, if I transferred that money to a bank in Florida. I mean, I don't go to Florida.
After Alan Mary filed a fraud claim, Fidelity was able to recover more than $70,000 that were transferred out of his trust account. But in an email to Mr. Mary, a Fidelity representative explained that they were unable to retrieve or compensate him for the missing $23,000 because he granted remote access and provided his one-time security password to an unknown third party, resulting in the funds being withdrawn from his account.
Gave him the PIN number so they can't give him the rest of the money back. They caught it probably was in the account, the 73,000. They probably was able to return that. But the rest of the money, they couldn't get it all back. So he's still out almost $24,000 because of this scheme.
They explained that is not covered by Fidelity's customer protection guarantee, and his fraud claim was denied. Mr. Mary challenged Fidelity's decision for months.
The one-time password, they said they texted it to me, but on that day, the day before, the day after, I got no texts. It's the advantage of being elderly, you don't get as many texts.
In another email, the Fidelity representative said they reviewed the recorded phone call in which Mr. Mary reported the fraud. He said someone claiming to be from fraud detection at Fidelity called him and that the impersonator asked him to download something and took over his computer. The email states Mr. Mary said he received a text code from Fidelity during that phone call and he entered a number requested by the caller on his laptop.
That is called a virtual, that's called like letting somebody into your computer virtually. When anybody say, yo, click on this link right here, it's gonna give me remote access. It gives them remote access to do the same thing that you're doing on your computer from whatever location that they're at. Never give nobody remote access to your computers, guys. Come on now, come on.
What do you remember about that phone call, that initial phone call?
Not much. I mean, and Fidelity suggests, and I think they're right, that the first guy that called me may not have been Fidelity.
But you were under the impression that you were speaking to a Fidelity.
Fidelity, I was under the impression I was teaching or talking to Fidelity.
Fidelity's media relations department did not respond to our questions about Mr. Mary's case, including why they were only able to retrieve some of the funds or if they are investigating the recipient of the transferred funds. However, the details the company shared in their emails with Mr. Mary describe an imposter scam, where scammers pose as a financial institution to steal money. The whole ordeal disappointing to Mrs. Mary.
You do something like deposit money in a company like Fidelity, you think it's safe. I was amazed that it was even possible to happen.
Because it wasn't Fidelity. Somebody got your information and knew that you was an older person and they tried to play on you. That's how they do it nowadays. They don't care. They got no love for you. You ever see that movie called Takers? I even see people doing it all the time. You got to take it from the older people because we're weak. You don't do stuff like that, man. You got no morals, no upbringing. What's wrong with you? You never heard about working to get your money? Another situation. We got another one right now where this driver was tricked into buying gas for like 5 people. Older lady, pull up at the pump. Can I pump your gas for you? No. Smart lady. No, she pumped it herself. You know what? He said, you know what? Let me put the nozzle back up for you. She said, okay. Instead of him putting the nozzle back up, he waited for the next person. Fill her up. Fill her up. Fill her up. Kept on using the same gas thing, or her same information, so that they can keep on filling up the bunch of people that kept on coming after that. They got hustles out here, y'all. They got hustles. I'm telling you, it's not a game.
Yeah, guys, well, they're calling it a...
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time.
scam out here where people are offering to pump your gas, and instead of actually closing out that transaction, they keep the tab running. Two women I spoke with say it happened to them here at this gas station. Now, they both were scammed at different times. They're now warning everybody to keep an eye out. It was a routine stop for gas that turned into an expensive lesson for Mignon Adams. She says back in February, she stopped at this gas station off Walnut Street when a stranger approached her offering to help pump her gas.
A young man walked up to me and said, I can fill your tank for you if you want. And I said, that's okay, I'll fill it. I got out, I filled the tank.
Although she declined, she says the man didn't walk away.
And he said, I'll put it back on the gas pump for you.
How you gonna rip off the Tweety Bird lady? Come on, man. She look like she the old lady that used to own Tweety Bird. Remember Tweety Bird? The lady with the glasses, with the hair and the bun? She look like the old lady from Tweety Bird. Like, how you gonna rip off the old lady like that, y'all? Y'all dead wrong out here, man. Oh, you know, I'll put it back. Yo, you dead wrong for that, man.
Oh, okay, I said. He walked over and put the nozzle back on the fuel pump. Sure looked like it.
Adams tipped the man for helping her out and drove off.
And tipped him. That's foul.
She says it was supposed to be about $28 to fill up, but her credit card bill stated otherwise.
The bill was $150. I drive a Toyota. There isn't any way you could get $150 worth of gas in my car's gas tank.
It's called pump switching. Scammers offer to help pump your gas and never properly hang up the nozzle to end the transaction. Instead, they use your active transaction to fill up their car on your dime or pump gas for others in exchange for cash.
They do come up to you and say, "Can I help you?"
Amy Trachtenberg says she had a similar experience at the same gas station, and the situation turned confusing and costly.
I got my credit card bill, and there's a $75 charge from that Sunoco station.
The manager of the gas station says they put up signs to warn people about scammers, saying it's been enough.
Oh, you see what it says? We have no outside pumpers. Pump your own gas. Look at this. Customers, to avoid you being scammed. All pumps would be off outside. We have to pay inside. We have no outside employees. Please hang up your own pump up. You will be scammed. Yo, this is crazy. Oh, man.
Scammers saying it's been an ongoing problem for the last year. For Adams, the loss is frustrating, but she's concerned who it could impact next.
There may be some people that happens to, that they may not be able to go to buy groceries that week.
Look, I'll give you the money back if you let me see Tweety Bird. Show me the room you got Tweety Bird in, I'll give you the money back. How much she lost? She said it was $125. Yeah, I give her $125. Just show me the cage you got Tweety Bird in. I want him to stay. I did. I thought I did see a pretty cat. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. You gotta try to find some funny in the story sometimes. I'm gonna pray for her as well. Yeah, it's only about a little bit of dough, but I want to pray for our elderly right now because I want you guys to notice something in all of these stories that you might be ignoring. You got to pay attention to one part of it. They're taking advantage of our elderly. They're taking advantage of our handicap, and they're taking care of the people that they can because they know that they're weak. All they got is us, y'all. Come on now, step up. Don't let them people be doing stuff like that to these people if you can. I'm not trying to tell you to mind people's business, but, you know, try to help out where you can. We want to pray for these older people because they need some more security, Lord. Please watch over them, our elderly, and our sick. Amen. Keep on moving forward, you guys. We got these, another one? Oh, no, I don't want, not another one. Okay, cool. Oh, but this is even worse. Oh, why I gotta report this? Okay, do me a favor, you guys, if y'all don't mind. Y'all know what I'm about to do. I'm about to spin this out right here. I don't want no mistakes on this one. Because I'm just going to say wood chipper and meat grinder on slow. Yeah, wood chipper, meat grinder on slow. Where you at right here? Yeah, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to spin you out because I don't even know if you're going to mess up. But just in case. Yeah, we're going to spin it out and just in case.
I used to struggle with Andrew.
Again, there we go. Yeah, let's go.
But the big story on Action News.
Because before I tell this story, I want to make sure it's ready to go. This one right here is one that I want to make sure we see. We got a 3rd grade teacher who was charged with having inappropriate contact with students. And of course, you guys, if y'all want to chip into the YouTube Premium Fund, we can definitely make that happen. Let's go.
Is today's arrest of an elementary school teacher in Montgomery County who now faces charges for indecent assault. He's accused of having inappropriate contact with one of his young former students. Action News reporter Leland Pinder joins us live from King of Prussia with reaction from the community. Leland.
Well, Christy, this investigation actually began about 7 months ago, according to police, leading to charges filed today. Concern in Upper Marion tonight after police arrested a teacher accused of inappropriately touching a former student, a 3rd grader at the time.
Oh, actually, my
Parents were notified by letter, including Jenny Chu, who has children in the district.
So it was a little shocking, actually.
Police say 39-year-old Zachary Chatone, a teacher at Gulf Elementary School in King of Prussia, is charged with indecent assault and corruption of minors. Investigators say the alleged incident happened 3 years ago, but the victim reported it last fall.
So how many other children did he probably do that to? Especially if he was a teacher, a 3rd grade, like come on, these are like 9 and 10-year-olds. Are you serious? Is this what you've been doing? I think we need to get his name out there much more to let people know who he is. I don't know why they're not showing his picture. Why they're trying to secure him and not show who he is. Because if it was anybody else, they would definitely show his picture. I want to say his name a couple more times and run this back.
A former student, a 3rd grader at the time.
Oh, actually, my
parents were notified by letter, including Jenny Chu, who has children in the district.
So it was a little shocking, actually.
Police say 39-year-old Zachary Chatone,
39-year-old Zachary Chatone. 39-year-old Zachary Chatone.
Teacher at Gulf Elementary School in King of Prussia, is charged with indecent assault and corruption of minors. Investigators say the alleged incident happened 3 years ago, but the victim reported it last fall.
They were very brave to come forward.
According to police, Chatone is accused of having the student sit on his lap during class and then touch them inappropriately. The Upper Marion Area School District says he was immediately placed on leave when police were alerted in August and has not returned to work since.
I feel really sad for the child. I also feel very sad for this man's family. How hard it must be for them.
This former Montgomery...
Okay, I want to be able to see his face. Don't be hiding like that. We like to see people over here. Do me a little favor, you guys. I appreciate you. You had to do a little bit of homework real quick. Get this dude's face. That's what he looked like.
How do products get from factories to your front door? That's supply chain. Start your career in this fast-growing field with the WGU.
No, that wasn't it. Let's keep on going. I'm sorry about that.
County educator who asked not to be identified says the case highlights the importance of ongoing conversations with...
But as you can see, I'm on it. I promise you I'm going to get a picture of this fool.
Children.
And I think it's important that children are talked to about inappropriate touch and things like that. And it sounds like this child started to put it together.
Attempts to reach Chatone were unsuccessful Tuesday. It does not appear he has a lawyer yet, according to court records.
Why no picture?
The school district says he will remain on leave as the case moves forward.
Why no picture? Why no video of this guy? Why they saving his face?
I trust the superintendent, the principal. They will handle the case very well.
I don't trust them because they the one that gave him the job.
And Upper Marion School says the student is no longer in the district, but they are offering support and counseling to families and staff. Police want anyone who may have information about this incident to come forward as their investigation continues, as the teacher is due in court April 6th.
Yeah, I'm going to keep on following up with this one because I'm very interested in knowing why he's out in the first place and what's going on with this case, you guys. Yeah, that was a crazy one right there. Come on. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. I cannot believe this story right here. Why is he still out? What are they talking about? He's going to court. What do they mean? Lord, please take care of our children and look over him. This was a school teacher that they're talking about right here. A school teacher. And this did not get reported until years later. So we do not know how many children have probably been affected before and after this situation right here. I want to pray for every child and every person that's ever been affected by anything like this. And please, Lord, let's try to really find out who this person is and help me get to the bottom of it as much as I can to get this story out to us, because I'm going to be doing some research on it. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We got these attorneys. You ever hear about these attorneys, the ones that they call about the ambulance chasers? Then you probably hear about a couple of them that actually create the accidents themselves. We call those the corrupt lawyers, the ones that do like the sneaky things. They've got the therapist that's already connected with them. They've got the doctor that's going to write the prescription and give the bad diagnosis. Kind of like the guy that ran out on the road that day when I was riding my motorcycle, minding my business. He jumps out, breaks my motorcycle up. He falls on the ground and does the fake out. Next thing you know, oh, he's got a concussion. Concussion where? I was doing like 10 miles an hour. He runs out on the road. But no, if you find the right kind of lawyer, they're going to get you back and they're going to have all sorts of support to make it look like, yeah, you was the victim. Oh, we don't know anything about that. But you know what I'm glad about? When they finally catch up to people like these attorneys that's corrupt, and they try to do stuff like that. They corrupt attorneys. Yeah, you think I'm stupid, right? They're corrupt attorneys who prey on people and they're the ones that make the insurance go up. They're the ones that make the insurance go up. Now that you done skipped out my way, I'm going to tell this story right here. Let's go. Because it kind of affects me and I kind of feel a little partial to this story right here.
In a way that it was never intended by the Code of Ethics. This is a glaring example of what happens when lawyers push the boundaries in a way that it was never intended by the Code of Ethics.
Well, guilty as charged, it took a jury less than 6 hours to convict two prominent attorneys. New Orleans personal injury attorneys Jason Giles and Vanessa Mata are facing multiple charges related to staging car wrecks. WDSU reporter Jasmine Franklin is live breaking down what unfolded in court today. Jasmine?
Well, Sella, tonight tensions were very high here inside federal court as the judge listed the guilty verdict. Both attorneys' families were very upset, but also noticeably emotional. And at one point, an outburst became so big, EMS had to get involved. It was a packed courtroom with nearly no empty seats as a final verdict was reached in the 3-week-long high-stakes trial. A federal jury found Jason Giles and Vanessa Mata guilty on all charges. They're accused of intentionally staging car wrecks with 18-wheelers for major insurance payouts.
Crazy. Giles abused their positions and violated their oaths as attorneys.
Giles was convicted on conspiracy to commit wire fraud, obstruction of justice, and witness tampering. Inside the courtroom, he looked stunned once the verdict was made, but he held his composure even when his family began crying.
What the stagers and the slammers were doing was a horrible thing. Absolutely horrible, and I think everyone in the city thought that those who were involved needed to be punished, and I understand that.
Stagers and slammers? You mean that they were staging these wrecks on the highway with 18-wheelers?
The difference for me is that I believe that my client did not know.
Mata was found guilty on counts of conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud, obstruction of justice, and witness tampering. Her family was extremely emotional, even prompting emergency crews to go inside when her mother fainted after the verdict was announced. Chaos erupted as her...
She go from passing the bar to... I don't know, her mother was like, oh, my daughter's a lawyer. Next thing you know, she's... Oh no, Jesus! Out of there. Yep, out of there. She fainted hard on that one. Hey, tell your daughter, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Keep your head up. Don't do it. I don't feel no way for these people. You heard about what they was doing, right? Don't feel sad for them. Don't feel sad for them at all.
Her daughter was also screaming and crying. We know that there was a lot of sensitive moments inside the courtroom, vomiting with the mother. The EMS was called. Anything you'd like to say about how the family is taking it?
It's a tough day for everybody, I think. Together, these people perpetrated a years-long fraud and attempted to cover up that fraud through their actions.
And tonight, both attorneys are in federal custody. They will return back to court in July for sentencing. Reporting live in New Orleans, I'm Jasmine Franklin, WDSU News.
I don't know how many people
could relate to what I'm about to say. Because I know we got a lot of people in here that straighten up and they fly right, they don't do certain stuff. I know, you guys don't do certain things, but there's certain people here that, indulge a little bit. They might what we call it, put it in the air.
Diagnosed with Crohn's disease.
Take a little puff here and there, might take a little sip on some scissor or something like that. And we know that everybody don't do that. We do know. We know. We totally get it. Everybody's not that type. A lot of people like to keep it clean, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes there's some people that they take a little sip here, a little puff here and there. And these people are gonna know what I'm talking about. These guys, you ever go into a restaurant, maybe like back in the day, where you can go in there and get some food and maybe something else? You know what I'm talking about? Maybe something to, exactly. You go in a Jamaican restaurant and not only can you get some roti and jerk chicken, but you can also get some we're coming in the party with the spliffers and see. That's the only place that y'all really wanna be. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But in this case, it wasn't the Sensimilia. It was a little something more stronger. And these fools were serving it right to the police. That's right, you guys. There's not only in Brooklyn, but there's other parts of New York called Shirley. And these guys right here, they was doing it right behind the counter. You remember back in the day, we used to go get a little nickel, Silzac, or whatever like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So those who can relate, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Williams and his nephew Rohan Rose and their alleged drug operation. The district attorney's office says those officers were able to buy cocaine from Williams multiple times, including at Stop and Yum.
They had a little more than a little Sensimilia. I told you it was a little more than a little roti, right?
Jamaican restaurant he owned. They say William kept the drugs under the counter in soda cans with a false bottom. Nearby residents are shocked at what was happening in their backyard.
Bewildered. I can't believe that something like that would happen, that they would be so dishonest.
Get a little bit of Hunter, I can feel it, biting with your roti and jerk chicken, huh?
Doing that.
I went into the restaurant to talk with employees, but they said they didn't know what we were talking about and that the owner wasn't there.
I'm very surprised at what's going on. I didn't expect this. It seemed like he had a fantastic business.
The landlord of the property tells me she didn't know anything about the drugs until she saw a SWAT team show up to the building last month.
They could have made a good living without this extra stuff going on. And I think
she said they could have made a good living without this extra stuff going on. Hey, how you know that that's not how they was making their living? How you know that the jerk spot wasn't the cover from the gate?
I think it's just all out of greed. I don't think I would want them here anymore.
On February 13th, warrants were issued to search both the restaurant and Williams' apartment. Officials say 1.5 kilos of cocaine, half a kilo of fentanyl, $39,000 in cash, other drug paraphernalia, and illegal weapons were recovered.
It's a little shocking, to be honest. I mean, running out of a business. I mean, we're no strangers to drug use and stuff over here, but running it right out of a business in a major area is just a silly thing to do.
I guess if they figure they do it right up under your nose, no one will ever know. Get it?
Both men were arraigned this week and are facing several charges, including criminal possession and sale of a controlled substance.
Watch your head. They're in the back of the joint, like looking over to the side. Mom, me tell you, we should have just made jerk chicken, no? Me tell you, last time, we could have just made it off the jerk chicken, man. If the food were good, them. The store's still open, too. Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Every time I do that noise and I do that, that's what they thinking about. That's what they thinking about. And when they in the back of that buggy, going to see what the judge going to say. Then they get in front of the judge and try to be on some. They're getting a couple of days before they see the judge. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get my stuff together. It's my first time. You know, I ain't never do nothing like this before. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, how you doing, lawyer? They give you a lawyer and all of that. Yeah. Yes, I got a job. Yeah, I don't know nothing about this. Yes. Then when you get in front of the judge, boom! Remand man, remand man, remand man, remand man, remand man, remand man. Woo! You know what I'm talking about? Remand. That means when the judge say, you will not be released on your own recognizance. We will not be giving you any bail or anything like that. That means put the cuffs on them and put them back in the back. Man. Exactly, y'all. Let's get on to Brevard County. What we got going on with this? Oh man, this is a nasty one. You got a nice house, you live on a certain block, you want to try to keep it that way. But guess what? Sometimes people leave their home, something happens to it, and it gets infested, a lot of dirt, a lot of trash. Maybe even get neighbors to go over there and throw things on the lawn. You never know. Situations like that make the property value terrible, and it makes a lot of infestations happen. And we got a case in Miami where now these neighbors are pretty peed off, because the only thing that they're dealing with right now is trying to deal with this nastiness when it comes from rat infestations and what's going on around their homes. I'm going to spin this out. I'm not playing around. I'm going to spin it out one more time because I already know what they're going to try to do. And I'll have it all fixed by tomorrow. I guess I am going to wind up going to get YouTube Premium. They'll force my hand. No other choice. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Give me one more second. We should be good right here.
Problem properties scattered all across Central Florida. For the past few weeks, we've been showing you a few hoarder houses in Brevard County. One is full of rats, the other is full of trash. But it's not just those homes in the Atlantic and Port St. John. In fact, a home in Melbourne was demolished months ago and peace was restored for the residents in that area.
So why do some neighborhoods see relief but others do not? Fox 35's Esther Bauer is investigating, and she is joining us live now from Indy Atlantic. So Esther, some of this has to do with homestead laws here in Florida.
Luann, it does. The state is very serious about protecting people's personal property rights, so the government can't just go in and take someone's home away from them. That's usually a good thing, but in this situation where you're dealing with a hoarder house, it actually makes it harder for the government to get involved and stop the issue. It's a neighborhood nightmare residents on Atlantic Avenue can't wake up from.
But isn't this how plagues get started?
A massive rat infestation is the biggest issue right now.
Whoa.
And these homeowners are fed up with the lack of progress at the property from government officials.
You can't have people paying all these taxes and expect them to live under these conditions.
Neighbors don't understand how the homeowner keeps getting extensions to deal with the mess that hasn't been addressed in nearly a decade.
They need to change the laws. The laws need to be changed.
So we asked a real estate law expert if lawmakers in Tallahassee could help. Could the homestead law change to deal with these issues, to try to stop problems before they become a nightmare?
I mean, the easiest thing, yes. Changing the homestead laws would be a wonderful thing to provide municipalities, government agencies, things of that nature, not people per se, but agencies of the state or county communities, the right to foreclose on real property if it becomes derelict.
We've seen other derelict homes across the county torn down.
And of course, that's an easy one for us. We can enforce the law.
The Brevard Sheriff's Office says they can get involved when complaints have a criminal aspect to them, like drugs or trafficking, not just code enforcement violations. They also have to work through the courts and have signed permission from the homeowner to tear it down.
We can't just arbitrarily go in and knock a house down.
So some neighbors are left living next to problem properties for years on end.
I've been waiting 10 years to have this house out of my face.
An attorney, Weiderman, says residents can get some relief by going to court. A judge can force the government to act instead of just tacking on fines or giving...
Yeah, them fines ain't going to do nothing because they're going to just keep on coming out giving more fines and more fines and more fines. That's not helping anything, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward over here. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. I think I want to get into this next one here. What we got up here? We got this lawsuit. Yeah, we got to get this lawsuit over here. Long story short, you ever move somewhere and you invest a lot of money into it, the next door, the neighbors start going crazy or doing stuff that you wouldn't believe that they would do. Same sort of situation like earlier where they got that, the one that we watched earlier. I'm going to spin this out again because I already know that they might try to do something stupid. This is it's a situation in Portland where there's a building right next door to a homeless shelter and they suing them. This is a lawsuit that's being filed against Pearl District Homeless Shelter over neighborhood conditions. When y'all hear about this, it's going, ooh, pretty nasty. Let's go.
Impacts of this shelter were not mitigated, then a loss. We first brought you this story in February when a Pearl District landlord filed a tort claim warning the city if the impacts of this shelter were not mitigated, then a lawsuit would follow. Well, that lawsuit has now been filed. Attorney John DiLorenzo filed the suit against the city of Portland and the Salvation Army on behalf of the owners of the Oro apartment complex, which sits next to the city's 200-bed overnight shelter.
So they built this building, and then these next door landlords rented out this property for them to make a shelter in without them knowing.
On Northwest Northrop Street. The lawsuit accuses the city of nuisance, negligence, and inverse condemnation, which claims the city's actions effectively damaged the value of the property without compensation.
This is not a first step. We have had numerous conversations. We've put forth effort reporting instances, reporting tents, all of that, and it has all gone unheard and unresolved. And so it is disappointing that our voice does not matter.
The city and the Salvation Army are negligent. They are maintaining a nuisance. And we believe there are remedies in court.
The lawsuit claims the shelter has caused more than $5 million in lost property value.
You take a look at our rental rate loss immediately after the shelter opened, and it's like dropping off a cliff. How many people want to live in an environment where when they get home in the evening or leave in the morning, they are greeted with urination, defecation, vomit, people passed out, people having drug-related issues?
But the lawsuit goes far beyond property values. It raises questions about how the shelter was approved in the first place. Records show the city signed a lease for the building in May, but many neighbors and nearby businesses say they didn't learn about the shelter until a month or two later, when postcards advertising the shelter's grand opening appeared in their mailboxes.
The lease was entered into quietly, right? What we mean by that is no one knew about the lease, and the lease with the owner of the building specifically provides that it will be confidential. Well, who does that unless they don't want anybody to know?
They probably knew the community would not be happy about it.
And they were not.
They had about 500 angry residents.
Everyone saw the public outrage when this was announced. We knew it was going to happen. The city knew it was going to happen. The mayor said that we were going to be the tip of the spear, and so he can't be surprised.
In January, the Oro apartment complex hired Echelon Investigative Services to monitor conditions around the shelter. The 48-page report details what they call predictable spillover impacts.
Almost every day there's someone urinating or defecating on our building, numerous instances of drug use with needles and foil getting left behind.
The lawsuit also argues the city failed to follow its own shelter guidelines, which require operators to perform regular perimeter checks and cleanup, respond to neighborhood concerns in a timely manner, and prevent surrounding streets from becoming gathering spaces.
I'm all for shelters, but when it does stuff like that, it's just crazy. It's like, you don't like the quality of, you don't get the quality of life around where you live at anymore. And yes, I do care for homeless people and all, and people that don't have anywhere to stay. But when it affects you, it's like, who wants to deal with that? Coming home and live to stuff like that, doo-doo and pee-pee and all that in the front of the crib and all. Don't nobody want to live like that. Probably spending a lot of rent money to stay there. And yeah, if you spent your money to try to live in a spot like that, it's a wrap. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's get on over to Florida right now. We got these imposters, scammers that drain $2,000 from a rideshare driver. Again, you guys, preying on the older people, and that's what they after. Be careful out there, because that's what they're trying to do. They try to come after the older people, y'all.
Welcome back. A rideshare driver has a warning.
What if he doesn't look like his photo? At least he's adventurous. What if he's stuck in the past? At least he plays the guitar.
And they playing the long ones on me, too.
The taste of real when you need it most. Goya Coconut
they really
Water with real coconut bites.
They're like, you gonna pay.
After he says he was a victim.
They're like, you gonna pay, fool. You're gonna pay. They're like, you're gonna pay us. You want more money from you.
The scam.
Yeah, that's right. One that began with one phone call and ended up costing him thousands. Consumer investigator Sasha Jones explains how it works and how NBC6 Response stepped in to help.
It's a side
They're
hustle.
like, you're gonna pay, Gotti. We want more money from you.
That brings in extra cash for Peter DeTore. In
December, while he was out driving for Uber, Dettori says he got a phone call from someone claiming to be with Uber support.
He said I had a complaint lodged against me that I was drinking on the job.
Peter says he was told his rides will be monitored after going through what he believed was an investigation. He says the same person called him again a few days later, this time telling him he qualified for a bonus.
We have a program where we can give you a cash bonus for your, inconvenience and everything. So I thought, well, that's pretty good company to do that.
To get the bonus, he says the caller gave him a gift card number and told him all he had to do was enter the information into his Uber app. In the next couple of weeks, a series of transfers showed up on his account, ranging from $100 to more than $300.
I looked at the account and it was empty.
In all, more than $2,000 was siphoned from Peter's Uber wallet and transferred to an account he says he didn't recognize. That's when he realized it wasn't a bonus. It was a scam.
What happened to Peter is just a new hook to an old scam. It's called an imposter scam. When someone pretends to represent a business or government entity, people of all ages have reported losing money to imposter scams.
But this Federal Trade Commission report published last year shows older adults typically lose the most money. From 2020 to 2024, the number of reports from older adults who lost $10,000 or more to these scams was 4 times higher. In Peter's case, he says he reached out to Uber about his experience and also called NBC6 Response.
I was kind of still in kind of shock that something like this could happen.
The sad part about it is he's an older man trying to make ends meet, doing what he got to do. Supposed to be retired already if you look at him. But he out there busting his butt, risking his butt to be out there doing Uber, and they still trying to scam. That goes to show you guys, you can try to be straight and fly right, but it's always going to be somebody to try to get over on you.
Uber spokesperson told us in part what happened to Peter is frustrating. We urge drivers to use caution as scammers continue evolving their tactics to lure in innocent people. Uber routinely sends reminders to never share personal account information, such as passwords or verification codes, with anyone, and Uber says they will never ask you for this information. After we reached out to Uber, Peter shared this email he got from the company, stating Uber discovered that his account was compromised, and they have issued a one-time appeasement of $2,060.
Uber also told Peter that if he ever received a suspicious call to hang up and call Uber support directly, and that's really good advice. It's also a good idea to use unique passwords for every online account and to not share access to your account. Also, only add your account information into your apps. Avoid adding gift cards or unfamiliar account info. For more tips, you can visit our website, NBC6.com.
I'm on the real security thing right now ever since I went and got my debit card shut down. I'm trying to be on some real cautious stuff. You guys can probably tell by the stories I'm telling you, because that's what they're doing right now. If you got a little bit of money, they want it. We're going to keep on spinning these videos out there. If you notice, we have a great show lineup. It's just the stupid thing with the spin out because of the commercials. Again, power surge yesterday, everything. Had the lineup come back. I mean, it was like 20 minutes putting everything back into place, making sure, and then next thing you know, now that's why we're getting that issue. I know we got a lot of sensitive people right here that's like, oh my God, I know, but it happens sometimes. Happens to us probably once a month. I try not to pay these motherfuckers because they're getting enough money from me already. I think they're getting enough money out of me already, to be honest with you. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got this crazy lady from Florida. Yes, they will provide. Thank you, Florida. Coming through when we need you. Always come through with some cuckoo stuff from Florida. Okay, what we got? We got road rage attack from a Florida woman who lunges at a car, performing a flying kick. That's right, you guys, I'm talking about. That's not me making it up. That's the actual name of the video. So if you ever go looking for this video, that's what the name of it is going to be. We're going to spin it out because I don't want no problems. Yeah, I already know Aurora, whatever the hell you're trying to do. Get your butt up out of here. What we got? Okay, let's go ahead and play it now.
A wild, and I mean wild case of road rage. Look at this. Caught on camera. Newly released video of an attack on a pregnant woman at the intersection of Millennia Boulevard and Millennia Plaza. Most of us have been at this intersection. It's right by Mall at Millennia. The suspect is also accused of biting the officer while he was trying to arrest her. This all happened last month.
Channel 9 reporter J.J. Burton also obtained the 911 calls.
And you can hear the panic in this victim's voice listening to that 911 call. And police say it's just a strange story, especially when you think about how it all started. According to them, it started because the victim honked her horn at the suspect. That is the voice of a 35-year-old pregnant woman calling 911 seconds after this. Police say Mandolin Schaefer Brockwell got out of her car, ran up to this white SUV, and look at her kicking the front bumper, jumping on the hood, then running over to the driver's side, opening the door. Detectives say that's when she reached in and punched the pregnant victim. At this point of the video, a witness stepped in to help. Look at what happens next. She says Schaefer Brockwell started attacking her and bit her. Police say she didn't stop there. Watch her interaction with the officer.
Just putting you in cuffs, you're going to be detained until I determine otherwise. You understand?
I'll play the on now.
Don't resist me.
Tell me why. Tell me why. First of all, tell me why.
Don't resist. You're being.
Tell me why.
Is this Karen moves here talking about, tell me why, tell me why, tell me why?
Being held for battery. Okay, do not hold, do not resist.
And she keeps pushing away. She then falls on the ground. And at this point, the officer says that's when she bit his wrist.
Don't bite me.
Get the off of me.
Turn around.
And Schaefer Brockwell has a list of charges, including assaulting an officer. She's out of jail on $20,000 bond. Reporting in Orlando, I'm J.J. Burton, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
So, question, is that what a Karen is? Is that what it, tell me why? Is that what a Karen is? I don't know, y'all, let me know. That's road rage, and she done proved herself. She got out with the, look like a video game kick from an old back in the days video game. You know how when the games can't really stretch, and the kick is kind of like the old Kung Fu game? The kick was like, she did the old Saturday Night Live kick on the end of the car. Get this car out of here. Reminded me when, what was his name? Otis was beating up on Martin in them car. Get this car out of here. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I told you, it gets crazy out here. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. We're trying to get up to 70,000. I'm working hard for my money on Purple Sunday today. They want me to work, so I'm working. Let's get on over to Massachusetts, where we got this woman who escaped after she jumps in the car. Wait a minute. No, we're not. We did that already. We're going to go get into what we're supposed to be getting into right now. I'm tired of playing around. I'm not dealing with this crap no more. I'm going right to where we need to get to. We got this situation right here that I don't even know if I can report, because it's an elderly person and it's definitely not right. I don't ever want anything like this to happen to any older people that I know, any family members, any of our family members around here, you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna spin this out. I'm not even gonna BS you because I don't want any interruptions.
At Raising Cane's, we focus.
I don't want any interruptions. Once this story says, I think that anything we say, anything that comes to mind is gonna be it. You already see it. I can't even block that. The assault that's about to be reported right here. And this is at a senior center, a senior elderly center. So that means you gotta be some type of real problem in the head to do something like what I'm about to report. This man worked at the senior center, went into this elder lady's room, and yes, the number 6 assaulted an elderly lady. Took all of his clothes off, took all of her clothes off, and then the daughter must have called because she noticed that something was going on because she put a camera in her mom's room. And when the aides came back to the room, the mom was putting her clothes back on because she has the dementia that she can't really tell what's going on. So one of the aides came in there on his day off and took advantage of her. Elderly woman. This is pretty sick right here, y'all.
11, the disturbing case of sexual assault inside a La Mirada senior living center caught on security camera. Tonight we're hearing from the victim's daughter. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kathy Vara in for Carolyn. The attack happened last summer, and today we're seeing part of the video and hearing from her daughter and the family attorney. NBC4's Darsha Phillips is in the newsroom now with the story. Darsha?
Well, Kathy, Camille Anderson set up cameras in plain sight in her mother's apartment and says the sexual assault was captured on those cameras. Now, we're not identifying the victim, Camille's mother, and we want to warn you the content and the video in this story is disturbing.
Now, if you guys, I appreciate it because we've been struggling all day. We want to make sure we get these stories out to more people. Hopefully, we got more people that's being watched out for. And the good thing about this story, it's a bad thing that happened, but the good thing about it is the daughter was smart enough to have cameras all over her mom's house, her apartment. Maybe we need to do the same thing to make sure that our elderly and our grandparents and our grand aunts are being watched too. Telling you guys, watch this video right here. Let's double tap that screen. Let's get the likes up. Subscribe if you appreciate the work we're doing. Let's go.
La Mirada Heights Independent Living Facility was supposed to be a safe place for Camille Anderson's mother, who suffers from dementia.
I moved her there because I trusted them and I thought that she would be safe.
But last June, that trust and safety was shattered when prosecutors say Jonathan Alvarado raped Camille's 61-year-old mother.
He just walked in and no one checked or asked, why are you here on a day that you aren't scheduled to be here?
Camille says the horrific encounter was captured on cameras she set up in her mother's apartment.
I was receiving more notifications from her apartment than I usually do while I was at work.
When Camille checked the cameras, she saw a man in her mother's apartment and immediately alerted the facility's caregivers. This is video of them entering her apartment and finding Camille's mother nude and confused.
Are you naked, Mama? Who's the guy who was here?
When Camille reviewed the footage, she saw a man taking off his clothes and going into her room. Investigators later identified the man as Alvarado. Camille says cameras inside her mother's room captured what happened next.
He was engaging in a sexual act with my mom. However, because of her diagnosis, she's not able to consent.
About 2 hours later, Alvarado is seen leaving the room and getting dressed. Camille turned the videos over to investigators. She is now suing La Mirada Heights for $25 million for negligence.
When the sheriff's department was attempting to effectuate their arrest, they couldn't find him because the records that the community had on file did not match who he was.
The La Mirada Heights Independent Living.
The information that they had on him was wrong. That means that they did not vet him correctly. And guess what? They're responsible. And guess what? 25 mil is what she's going for. Do me a favor, you guys. Come on now. I know we can do better than that on those numbers. I know y'all got some love for me bringing you these stories, breaking stories, and dealing with this craziness with these commercials. I really appreciate it. I need one for today. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. If you appreciate the content, come on now. Let's get up to 70,000 subscribers so more people can see our stories. We can be more informative and get these stories out. I want to make sure that we take care of our elderly. That's what I was doing before my mom's passed. I didn't even want nobody taking care of her no more. I was like, I'll do it. And girls was like, oh, I ain't messing with you because you live with your mama. You're damn right I do. You don't want to rock with me? No problem. Because I always love my mama because she's my favorite girl. That's right. They told me, oh, I don't know how long she going to live. Yeah, when she was with me, I gave her extra years on her life because that was that real love right there. Can't nobody do it better than us. So we have to look out for our own people, period. They might get on our nerves, but I'm going to promise you one thing. I told my friend this. I said, your mother might be getting on your nerves, but I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a day that you're going to wish that she can get on your nerves. Man, I wish my mom could give me a spanking right now. I'd take the spanking just to see her. I'm not even going to lie. Tear me up, please. Come on. Just to see her. Yep, straight up and down.
Facility released this statement. The safety and well-being of our residents is our top priority. We are disturbed by these allegations and will fully cooperate with any criminal investigation. Because this matter involves an ongoing criminal case and out of respect for the privacy of our residents, it is not appropriate to comment further. Alvarado was taken into custody in June, released, and then not formally arraigned until January of this year. He's charged with rape and a lewd act on a dependent adult.
Arrested and then they let him go. You see that?
He's currently out on bond.
The DA unfortunately, it just moved slower than I would have hoped.
The DA's office said in a statement the sheriff's department did not bring additional victims to our attention. Camille believes this likely happened to her mother on more than one occasion and other vulnerable residents at the facility.
I wouldn't doubt that if not my mother, it could have happened to anyone else in that facility.
Tonight, after pressing the sheriff's department, it released a statement saying in part, given the predatory nature of the alleged offenses and Alvarado's repeated access to vulnerable elderly individuals through his role, investigators have reason to believe there may be additional unidentified victims. As for Camille's mother, she is still at La Mirada Heights. Camille hopes she will be able to move her soon.
Just moving her or anyone with a type of dementia can increase their decline.
And Camille says she has video evidence of Alvarado undressing in her mother's apartment in May, in addition to the alleged rape captured on camera in June. And the sheriff's department is asking for potential victims to come forward by contacting the Special Victims Bureau. Live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Darsha Phillips, NBC4 News.
And I know that was heavy, but we had to do it, you guys, because it was real. I want to make sure the majority of people that's going to be at the show are going to be able to see something like that. Because yes, they're victims. They're trying to scam them, trying to take advantage. Now we see what all of the real crimes and stuff really go to, and those people can't protect themselves. You got to look out for our elderly people, you guys. And I want to pray for the mother. I want to pray for the daughter that she can finally get her mom out of there. Hopefully they're successful with their lawsuit, and they can find out who else this monster piece of trash has done this to. Really not understanding why he's still out. It's really not sitting well with me. The fact that he's out right now, it seems as if like they're not taking this as harsh as they should, and they should be really like taking this much more serious. And the fact that she's under dementia and she doesn't really recognize certain things, it even adds more to the situation as well. Any other victims we want to pray for as well. Amen, you guys. Terrible situation. Yes, and I do also want to pray for all of the mothers, all of our mothers and our fathers that we lost. Everybody here. See some people saying that they lost both of their parents. I lost both of my parents as well as both sides of my grandparents a long time ago. So trust me, that love that we get from them is unconditional. We can never feel like we never can get it again from anybody else. Thank you, Mama, and thank you, Grandma, for making me the man that I am. And that's why I come in every day and act the way that I do. That's why I wear the suits. That's why I'm the way that I am, because I represent you. And maybe now they'll stop asking me and they understand why I do what I do. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got 7 toxic soaps. That's right. Not the dish soap that we did the other day. How many people over here use bar soap? I need people to be honest with me right now. We're not going to play no games. Be honest with each other, right? I'm going first. That's how honest I am. Okay, my favorite soap is Dove. Yep. And I'm going to tell you another thing y'all going to laugh about, but deodorant, y'all going to laugh about this. You're going to say I'm old school. I use Secret. It's not a man's deodorant. I know, but it's pH balance. It's strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. I use it though. Call me what you want. Now, let's be honest, everybody. We telling the truth. What sort of bar soap do you use? If you use bar soap, what do you use? Dial, Castle. Sometimes, okay. Oh, what you got? I use body wash, Old Spice, Secret. Okay, nobody want to tell? Come on, I use black soap. I use Secret deodorant too. You use Secret deodorant? See, I can't lie. Smell good too, even though I'm sweating. That's the slogan. Strong enough for a man, but made by a woman. I like glycerin bar soaps. That's some good stuff. I got some Lever 2000, Spring, Dove, Lumi, Dove. Everybody, eucalyptus, Irish Spring, Old Spice body wash, Dial antibiotic, Yardley charcoal, Coast, Zest fully clean, Lumi. You're not fully clean unless you're Zest fully clean. I see some Ivory up in here. Black African. I use Dove, but found out, okay, Yardley. Okay, what up? No bars, Dove, Ivory, Irish Spring, Lumi. I use washing up liquid. What the hell is washing up liquid? OBO. I just get Dove mostly. Yardley, aloe. It's oatmeal and almond Yardley, London. Dial, Dove, Dial, charcoal soap. We got a lot of good people up in here that know what they're supposed to be getting. Irish Spring. Okay. When they hear about this Irish Spring, they're going to be tight. When they hear about this Dial, they're going to be tight. Old Spice, you're going to be all right, I guess. Okay. Man, y'all ain't going to like this story here. Let's get into it. It's time to do it. Power washer. Jeffrey Spilker. We're not talking about the women from My 600 Pound, the 600 pound, My 600 Pound Life, where you got to get the power washer on them and hose them down like an elephant. Get the soap and just hit them with the big fat sponge. We ain't talking about that. We're going to get over here to these seven toxic soap bar brands to avoid and 2 that are worth it. Sorry to tell you, Ivory, bad one. Irish Spring, bad one. Thank you for that. Appreciate the love on the suit. What else is the other one? The number one that you guys said, the first one, I thought it was good too. But yes, let's run it down. Why bar soaps are not safe. Let's get into it, you guys. The number 7 is Dial. It's got BHT, fake fragrance. Remember, we learned about fragrance yesterday. Fragrance can be fake fragrance can be determined by over 3,000 different products under that one word, fragrance. They also are not required to tell you what's in the ingredients when it comes down to bar soaps and when it comes down to dish detergent. We learned about that yesterday. Irish Spring has dyes and it also releases formaldehydes. Formaldehydes, you guys. You know what formaldehyde is? Irish Spring, yes. Ivory soap, it's supposed to be pure, the 99% bar, but guess what? It's sneaky and they have the same fragrance. Also, it's air filled. You ever wonder why a bar Ivory soap is much lighter? To get it the way that it is, they put air in it and it makes it, then they claim that they're 99% pure, but it's not. Sorry about that, you guys. Now one of our favorites. I'm so sorry to let you know. If it doesn't matter to you, then it just doesn't matter. But we've got Dove bar soap. It's considered to be the medicated detergent bar. It's molecular structure, regulatory category. It's actually more lotion than it is soap. And they're not lying to us. You see it in the commercial, but we never pay attention to it. It's more lotion, right? When they're pouring it in, that's lotion. It's more lotion than it is soap. So it's actually considered like a dermatologist, like makeup. That's how they kind of consider Dove soap, like a makeup. Caress before you dress. Remember Caress? They use chemicals that other countries would not allow, and leaves on parboms. Also has formaldehyde releasing fragrances. What else we got to get into? Also, the chemicals, formaldehyde releases compounds. This one releases it continuously, and it's not good. I'm talking about continuously releasing it, and I'm talking about Safeguard. Safeguard is the #1 worst soap that we can possibly get. And the 2 that are good, if you want to go in to try to find the ones that are the best that we can actually get, Dr. Bronner's Pure Castle Organic Clean, everyone's EO. Products found in 1995 made by 2 women who couldn't find genuine clean personal care products and built their own alternatives. Let's get into it, you guys. We got 7 soaps. 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That we got to make sure that you guys know about with the toxins. 7 toxic soap bar brands to avoid and 2 that are worth it. Again, coming from our friends over at Disclosure. Let's get it. Anything that got formaldehyde in it, toxins, or any releases, I want to know about it, because we got to know about the other stuff and other foods, because we keep on putting these things in our body and on our skin, it's going to affect us. That's why you wonder, how did such and such get cancer? How did this one get cancer? We never know, but we really think about it. If you're putting so many different products that have those possibilities in it, the carcinogens and different things like that in it, you have a higher possibility of getting cancer. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
They found one, 4-dioxane, a chemical the EPA classifies as a likely human carcinogen, in bars millions of people use every morning. Unwrap the wrong bar and you are rubbing hormone-disrupting fragrances, banned antibacterial agents, and carcinogenic byproducts straight into your skin, dressed up as daily hygiene for anyone on blood pressure medication.
And you got to be careful, because they say if you use it a lot, right? These are soaps that we use every day. This is something that's important. Even if you don't wash dishes every day, you're supposed to wash your ass every day, right? So that means that there's a possibility you're using these same soaps every day, which means that there's a higher probability of you getting something from whatever you use every day. Common sense. Let's go.
Managing chronic skin conditions. Families lathering up grandchildren at bath time. Those chemicals absorb straight through the skin while you trust the label. Today, I am...
Somebody said they're on blood pressure medication. Please watch this. Please watch this story.
Exposing 7 bar soap brands you need to throw out today, including one that marketed itself as family protection for 60 years while the FDA quietly banned its active ingredient. Stay until the end. I will also reveal the 2 brands that actually tested clean and a dead simple method to protect yourself at the store. Number 7. Dial, the classic. Red bar, gold bar, spring water. Mountain Fresh. American households have had Dial in their shower since 1948. Then 2014 happened. Henkel AG acquired Dial's parent company. German chemical conglomerate. Annual revenue over $22 billion. Dial became a line item in a portfolio that includes industrial adhesives, laundry detergents, and hair dyes. About $3.99 per bar at major retailers. BHT, butylated hydroxytoluene, listed directly in Dial's ingredient panel. The same compound found in jet fuel, embalming fluid, and rubber manufacturing. The National Toxicology Program identifies it as reasonably anticipated to be
Did you guys hear where it comes from? But wait a minute, I don't think you guys heard that. Jet fuel. Y'all heard what he said?
Butylated hydroxytoluene, listed directly in Dial's ingredient panel. The same compound found in jet fuel, embalming fluid, and rubber manufacturing. The National Toxicology Program identifies it as reasonably anticipated to be a human carcinogen. On your skin, every day, 365 times a year. Synthetic fragrance. One word on the label hiding a formulation of potentially hundreds of individual chemical compounds. The FDA does not require manufacturers to disclose fragrance components. Fragrance mixtures routinely contain phthalates. Phthalates are endocrine disruptors. They interfere with hormone signaling. The European Union restricts 26 specific fragrance allergens that American labels aren't required to name. 2013 study, Contact Dermatitis Journal. Fragrance compounds were the leading cause of allergic contact dermatitis from personal care products in patch-tested patients. Not an edge case, the leading cause. Sodium tallowate, the primary cleansing agent in most Dial bars. Rendered beef fat, processed through industrial saponification. The fat itself isn't the issue. The industrial processing introduces impurities with no disclosure requirements. Pick up your Dial bar right now. Find the word fragrance on the ingredient list. That single word is a legal black box. Dial is not required to tell you what's inside it. Henkel is not required to tell you. Nobody is. As a daily chemistry experiment in color. Number 6. Irish Spring. Irish Spring. Green bar. The man in the woods. Fresh, clean, masculine, outdoors. Everything the advertising communicates has nothing to do with what's on your skin. Colgate Palmolive. Same corporation that makes Ajax Industrial Cleaner and Palmolive dish soap. Irish Spring absorbed permanently into that portfolio. No farm, no spring, no Ireland. About $4.29 for a 3-pack. FD&C Blue number 1. In the bar itself, synthetic petroleum-derived dye. Approved for food and cosmetics in the US. Banned or restricted in several European countries due to hypersensitivity reactions and potential neurotoxicity concerns at elevated exposure. It has no cleansing function whatsoever. It exists entirely to make the bar look green, so it matches the branding. FD&C Green, number 3. Also present, another petroleum-derived colorant, also restricted internationally, also purely cosmetic. You are rubbing petroleum dyes on your skin daily, so the bar looks appropriately outdoorsy. 2012 study, International Journal of Toxicology. FD&C dyes Applied to damaged or sensitive skin showed significantly elevated absorption rates compared to intact skin. Small cuts, razor burn, eczema patches. Your skin is not always intact. They aren't required to. Run Irish Spring underwater right now. Watch the color bleed from the bar into the lather. That blue-green tint coating your hands is petroleum dye. Now it's in your pores. Petroleum dyes with zero cleansing purpose. Phthalate-hiding fragrance. Formaldehyde-releasing preservative.
Formaldehyde-releasing preservative. Formaldehyde-releasing preservative. So make sure you heard what he said on that one. We're going to keep on going, y'all. We're going to run this down. It's only 7. We're going to do them more. It's only 7, so we're going to do them all.
Earn 3% at drugstores with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
I am the manager of Spawn Island.
We're going to rock all 7 of them.
Like it's some sort of zoo. I have to fix that now.
Okay.
This barely qualifies as dancing.
Let's turn that off because I don't need no damn subtitle. Thank you. Let's keep going.
Colgate Palmolive, calling it a spring. At least Irish Spring's betrayal is visible in the lather. The next brand built an entire empire around a word it has never deserved. Number 5. Ivory. Ivory. 99 and 44 100% pure. The most famous purity claim in American consumer history. Running since 1882. 140 years of the same promise. Procter & Gamble. Founded 1837. Revenue over $80 billion annually.
And that's all they care about. Keeping up their bottom line.
Ivory is one of their oldest and most trusted brand equities. About $5 for a pack of 10. Pure. The word does real work here. It implies natural, simple, safe. 140 years of that implication printed on every bar. Generations of parents handing it to their children because it said pure, and they believed it. Here is what the label actually says. Sodium talawatt sodium cocoate. Sodium palm kernelate. Fragrance, sodium chloride. Water, fragrance, still there. In a bar marketed as pure. The same undisclosed chemical blend from brands 7 and 6. In the bar that promises to tell you exactly what is inside it. The purity claim and the fragrance listing cannot both be true simultaneously. Procter & Gamble chose the purity claim. They kept the fragrance for 140 years. The floats feature Ivory soap floats because air is whipped into the formula during manufacturing. More air by volume means less actual soap per bar. You are paying for a bar that is partially empty space. The float is marketed as a charming heritage feature. It is a cost reduction that has persisted for over a century. 2019 independent analysis. Environmental Working Group Database. Ivory's fragrance component received a hazard score of 8 out of 10 based on undisclosed allergen potential, endocrine disruption risk from probable phthalate content, and respiratory sensitization concerns. Pick up an Ivory bar. Read the word fragrance on the label of a product whose entire brand equity rests on purity. That contradiction has existed since the Gilded Age. They wanted you to believe. Number 4, Dove Dove, the beauty bar. 1/4 moisturizing cream. Gentle enough for your face. Trusted by dermatologists. Clinically proven mildness. Unilever. One of the largest consumer goods corporations on earth. Annual revenue over $60 billion. Dove sits alongside Axe body spray, Vaseline, and Lipton tea in the same corporate portfolio. About $8 for a 4-pack. The premium positioning matters. Premium implies better ingredients. Dove is not soap. This is not opinion. It is a legal and technical fact. The FDA defines soap by specific compositional criteria. Dove does not meet them. The FDA classifies Dove as a cosmetic. It is a synthetic detergent bar. The mechanism of cleansing is different.
So Dove, it's a synthetic detergent bar. It's a cosmetic.
The chemistry is different. The regulation is different. The primary cleansing agent is sodium cocoyl isothianate, a synthetic surfactant derived from coconut oil through industrial chemical processing, not coconut oil. A petrochemical process derivative of coconut oil. Different molecular structure, different behavior on skin, different regulatory category. The 1/4 moisturizing cream, marketed as Dove's signature innovation. The actual ingredient, petrolatum, petroleum jelly, a byproduct of petroleum refining. The exact same compound inside Vaseline jars. Unilever also owns.
So they're selling us what's this? Vaseline with lotion with a little bit of detergent, and that's Dove. But it smells good. We ain't know no better. Don't get mad at us.
Vaseline. The moisturizer inside your premium beauty bar is a petroleum refinery byproduct sourced from another brand within the same corporate portfolio. EDTA, tetrasodium EDTA, present in Dove's formulation, a chelating agent that binds metals in water to improve lather stability. EDTA is persistent in aquatic environments. It does not biodegrade efficiently. It carries bound heavy metals into waterways on rinsing. The European Union restricts its use in cosmetics for documented environmental reasons. US regulations impose no equivalent restriction. At least Dove's betrayal is sophisticated. The next brand put the danger directly inside the preservative system.
Just so you know, they get worse, and they get worse as they keep going.
Number 3. Caress, the sensory experience bar, fragrant, silky, skin softening, marketed to women, positioned as affordable luxury, indulgence without guilt. Unilever, again, same parent company as number 4. Caress and Dove share a corporate parent, sometimes share manufacturing infrastructure, and both carry ingredients that have no business touching human skin daily. About $5 for a 3-pack. Methylparaben, in Caress formulations, a paraben preservative. Parabens mimic estrogen in the human body. They bind directly to estrogen receptors and trigger hormonal responses. 2012 study, Journal of Applied Toxicology. Parabens were detected in 99% of breast tissue samples collected from mastectomy patients, not in a small subset. 99%. Intact paraben compounds confirmed. Dermal absorption confirmed. Tissue accumulation confirmed. Propylparaben, also present. The second
real studies been done on this soap.
Paraben in the system. The European Union restricts propylparaben in leave-on cosmetics and products used in your children. Caress is a rinse-off product. That classification provides manufacturers more regulatory latitude in the US. The paraben still absorbs before rinsing is complete. DMDM Hydantoin. Present. The same formaldehyde releaser from number 6. In a bar designed for daily full-body contact. In a bar marketed with language like sensory indulgence and silky lather. Continuously releasing formaldehyde. Every shower. Synthetic.
Continuously releasing formaldehyde every shower. That nice hot water helping it go too.
Fragrance. Caress is a fragrance-first product. The scent is the marketing strategy. That fragrance formulation is undisclosed. Phthalate content is unverifiable because disclosure isn't required. The more fragrance-dominant the product, the higher the probable phthalate concentration. At least Caress is transparent about being fragrance-first. The next brand told you it was protecting you while the opposite was documented. Number 2, Zest. You're not fully clean unless you're Zest fully clean. Decades of that slogan. The implication baked into every word. Other soaps fail. Zest protects. Zest delivers what the competition cannot. Originally, Procter & Gamble. Sold through multiple private equity and consumer brand holding company
They don't even know who owns it anymore.
Transactions since. The current ownership structure is deliberately difficult to trace. That's common with brands that have changed hands repeatedly. Accountability moves with ownership. Eventually, accountability disappears entirely. About $3.50 per bar. Quaternium 15. In the formulation, a formaldehyde releaser. Different compound from DMDM, hydantoin, in brands 3 and 6.
I don't want anything that has a formaldehyde releaser. Nothing like that. Looks like a lot of reasons to go natural. And I'm noticing one thing. A lot of these different soaps, because they're owned by the same companies, all it is a different name, a different style of soap, and they just give it to us. So guess what, you guys? All that cheap soap that I've been buying, I'm going to call myself out on it. All that cheap soap, I'm lucky I ain't got skin something already. Lucky.
Same mechanism entirely. Hydrolyzes in the presence of water. Releases formaldehyde continuously. The FDA permits it. The European Union restricts it in cosmetic products. The American Contact Dermatitis Society has flagged Quaternium 15 as one of the most consistently documented causes of allergic contact dermatitis from personal care products across multiple consecutive years of clinical tracking. Not a rare sensitizer, a reliably documented one. PEG6, polyethylene glycol compound used as a skin conditioner and solvent carrier. The industrial manufacturing process for PEG compounds creates contamination risk with 1,4-dioxin, a probable human carcinogen. The FDA has formally acknowledged this contamination risk. Independent laboratory testing has identified 1,4-dioxane in numerous personal care products containing PEG compounds. It doesn't appear on any ingredient label because it isn't an added ingredient. It is a manufacturing byproduct, invisible to the consumer, present in the bar. Synthetic fragrance, across all zest varieties, undisclosed compounds. Same phthalate risk as every brand above it on this list. Betrayal government documented, waited 50 years and still had to be forced.
Hold up, I gotta get you guys all the information on this one because we knew about this for a long time. This is a soap that we all heard about.
The formula beneath it doesn't have to. Formaldehyde from quaternium-15. 1,4-dioxane from PEG manufacturing contamination. Untraceable ownership. The brand that promised you cleaner, delivering chemistry. At least Zest's betrayal requires following a paper trail. The next brand made its betrayal government documented, waited 50 years, and still had to be forced to change. Number 1. Safeguard by Procter & Gamble. The antibacterial bar. The one marketed to families. The one positioned with medical authority. Trusted by hospitals. Trusted by parents. Protecting families since 1963. That phrase, protecting families, on the box. In every advertisement for 6 decades, the trust parents extend to a bar they hand to their children, their actual children. Procter & Gamble, $80 billion annual revenue. Tide, Dawn, Ivory, Pampers, and Safeguard all in the same portfolio. Safeguard is their clinical protection equity, the one that implies something stronger than ordinary soap. Triclocarbon, Safeguard's antibacterial active ingredient from launch until 2017, an antimicrobial compound the FDA formally banned from over-the-counter consumer wash products in 2017. The ruling cited insufficient evidence of safety, insufficient evidence of effectiveness, not voluntarily removed, banned. Federal regulatory force required to remove it from a product Procter & Gamble marketed to families as protection for over 50 years. 50 years, protecting families. With a compound the FDA eventually banned. 2017, after the ban. Safeguard reformulated. Triclocarbon removed. Replacement ingredient. Benzalkonium chloride, a quaternary ammonium compound now serving as the antibacterial active. 2018 study. Emerging Infectious Diseases Journal. Benzalkonium chloride, at concentrations used in consumer wash products, showed evidence of promoting antibiotic resistance development in bacterial strains. The compound marketed as protection may be training bacteria to resist treatment, the antibacterial bar creating stronger bacteria. In the name of family protection, PEG compounds, present. Same 1,4-dioxane contamination risk from number 2. Still present in the family bar. Synthetic fragrance, always, undisclosed. Phthalate content unverified. Same black box from every brand above it on this list. Pick up a Safeguard bar. Read the word antibacterial on the packaging. Ask yourself what it means now that the original active was banned by federal regulators. Ask what benzalkonium chloride resistance means for your family's next infection. Ask how many of those 50 years Procter & Gamble knew. Triclocarbon, 50 years, banned. Replaced with a resistance-promoting compound, PEG contamination risk, fragrance concealing undisclosed chemistry. The bar parents trusted most. That trust was the product. 7 brands, 7 betrayals, formaldehyde releasers in 3 separate formulations, parabens accumulating in breast tissue, a petroleum refinery byproduct sold as the moisturizing breakthrough, petroleum dyes with zero cleansing purpose, a purity claim that coexisted with hidden fragrance chemistry for 140 years, and an antibacterial compound banned by the FDA after 50 years of family marketing.
Damn.
The U.S. bar soap market generates over $2 billion annually, built on 3 things: cheap chemistry, unregulated fragrance systems, and brand trust accumulated over generations. Detergents, no petroleum derivatives, no EDTA, no
Let's get into some good stuff.
PEG compounds, no formaldehyde releasers of any kind. Sent from certified organic essential oils only. Full disclosure. What's listed is everything present. USDA, organic certified.
Dr. Bronner's all-one hemp baby unscented pure cast-iron bar soap. Certified fair trade, made with organic oils. Ingredients: organic coconut oil, organic palm oil, what's that, sodium hydroxide, water, organic olive oil, organic hemp oil, organic jojoba oil, sea salt, citric acid, and what's that, tocopherol? That's it.
Fair trade, USA certified, non-GMO,
let's set the record straight about PIB. When you think about PIB, you think of what?
Project verified, B Corp certified. 4 independent third-party verifications on a single bar. No parabens, no BHT, no synthetic dyes, no quaternium-15, none of the compounds from this countdown. About $4 per bar at Whole Foods, Target, and online. Doctor, Bronner's is what bar soap looked like before the chemical industry decided simplicity wasn't profitable enough. Safe pick. Number 2, Everyone, bar soap by EO Products. Everyone bar, EO Products. San Rafael, California. Founded 1995 by 2 women who couldn't find genuinely clean personal care products and built the alternative themselves. Plant-based saponified oils, organic coconut, organic safflower. No synthetic surfactants. No petroleum derivatives. No.
The second one is Everyone Soap. And this was made by 2 mothers that got tired, that couldn't believe what we heard, what we found out about all this other stuff in these other soaps. We're talking about soap here. Why do they need all of those chemicals in the soap? And anytime you pick up a bar and it says fragrance, I'll be scared to death because it could be 3,000 things under there.
EDTA, no formaldehyde releasing preservatives of any kind. Sent from pure essential oils only. Fully disclosed on every label. Lavender and coconut. Cedar and vanilla, every source named. No hidden compounds. EWG verified. NSF certified to the Organic Personal Care Standard. No parabens. No synthetic fragrance. No FD and C dyes. No PEG compounds. No 1,4-dioxin contamination risk. Lathers clean. Rinses completely without residue or synthetic coating. About $5.50 at Whole Foods, Sprouts, Thrive Market, and online. Everyone bar is proof clean soap. At a fair price isn't a compromise. It's a choice the other 7 brands simply refuse to make. 7 brands. 7 failures. Formaldehyde in 3 of them. Parabens accumulating in tissue, a banned antimicrobial replaced with a resistance-promoting compound. Petroleum refinery byproduct sold as your moisturizer. Purity branding with hidden fragrance for 140 years. Go to your bathroom right now. Pick up every bar soap you own. Look for DEMDM hydantoin, quaternium-15, methylparaben, propylparaben, BHT, synthetic fragrance. Find any of them. Throw it out. Not when empty. Now. Cost of switching. $2 more per bar. Cost of not switching. Formaldehyde exposure. Endocrine disruption. Parabens accumulating in tissue. Every single day. Procter & Gamble chose trichlocarbon for 50 years. They chose wrong. Unilever chose petroleum as your moisturizer. They chose wrong. You choose differently. If this changed how you see bar soap, subscribe. Share this.
That's right, you guys. It changed how I see it. 7 toxic soap bar brands to avoid and 2 that are worth it. 7 toxic bar brands to avoid and 2 that are worth it. Dish. Like the dish closure. And yes, you know what I noticed? Yes, I gotta be the first one to say it. We're already spending a lot of money on food. We're already spending a lot of money on like supplies. It's already expensive out there. But you know what? For $2 more, for this and that, I got some better tasting butter. I've got some organic Sophia jam and some strawberry preserves. I'm eating better when it comes down to the grains that I'm eating now. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden it's working. And guess what? I'm starting to feel so much better. So with a little bit more money, it's going to cost us a little bit more. But guess what? For a little bit more, I'd rather eat better and live healthier, you guys. I got to say it. That's why I say so much towards us growing our own foods, our own plants, our own vegetables, because that can be a cost that we can save a little bit of money on, and we'll know what we're getting out of it. So that's why we're doing the starter kits, and we're doing the starter kits, and we're doing the other sorts of setups, because we're going to try to come self-sufficient over here and create our own foods and things. And instead of going out to the stores all the time where we're dealing with all sorts of pesticides, we don't know what sort of food that they're feeding these vegetables and foods with, not even the meat. But I don't got to worry about that part. You guys do. And if you appreciate the video clip that you just saw, again, the reason I do this is not just because, oh, don't mess with Ivory, don't buy Safeguard, don't buy this one. It's because we need to know what to look out for. I don't want to just single out certain products. I want to know what the name of the carcinogen is. I want to know to look for fragrance on the label for any soap that I go to buy. And yes, I would love to know the alternatives, because what? It's not going to do nothing but make it better for us. Hope you guys really appreciate the health and wellness section. This clip, like all, is in the link in the description. 7 toxic soap bar brands to avoid and 2 that are worth it. You guys are not going to miss anything. You go to the link in the description, it's right there. Appreciate the content. Can we get some more likes? I'm trying to get up to those 70,000 subscribers. I think we deserve it and we earn it. No matter what, even though we got the little commercial situation, we still got a good show. Let's keep on going forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Wisconsin to one of the stories that I love. If I was closer to Wisconsin, I would be involved in it. I don't know if you guys know it, but I love animals. I love dogs. So if there's anything about a dog that we're going to be reporting or talking about, or anybody want to get out there, I'm your guy. Send it to me. We're going to talk again about Wisconsin. So if you guys don't want to talk about it, okay. But I like to talk about it, and I want to get into the beagle breeding facility that finally agreed to give up their license, and we're going to find out what's happening next. I might have a beagle. You know, I might have a beagle up in here in a little while, y'all. You never know. I might have to rescue a beagle, and I might foster fail because I love dogs so much, you know?
Tonight, 12 News is one-on-one with special prosecutor assigned to that.
And yes, this is another follow-up. We've been on it for 2 days. We're not playing about our dogs around here.
Beagle breeder break-in case in Dane County. Video shows activists walking out of the Ridgeland Farms facility with multiple dogs. Police arrested 27 people. None have been formally charged. The farm agreed to give up its license this summer to avoid criminal charges. Investigative reporter James Stratton tonight, one-on-one with that special prosecutor.
See, they needed like 2,000 people out there. Everybody grab a dog and just book it. Just get up out of there. That's what they should have did. They didn't have enough people.
Video shows animal activists breaking into Ridgeland Farms this weekend, taking 23 dogs. But the 60-year-old beagle breeding and research facility already
A beagle breeding and research facility. I never knew about nothing like this because they don't whine, they don't make noise when you do stuff to them. So that's why you test stuff out on the beagles, huh? On the dogs. How about we start testing stuff out on y'all? How about that?
agreed to give up its state license after a special investigation concluded in October.
They basically settled on this agreement with you to avoid a felony, what you said you could charge of a felony mistreatment of animals. Is that correct?
Correct. La Crosse County DA Tim Grenke led the investigation, which found some mistreatment accusations unproven. But he says they could prove one, involving what's called a cherry eye procedure.
Picture a swollen eye gland that had to be removed so that the dog's eye wouldn't be damaged any further. And they were doing that procedure without using proper modern veterinary techniques. That was the violation that.
And what are you giggling about? That's not funny.
They had committed.
Grenke says the investigation found Ridgeland did it hundreds of times without anesthesia or pain medications. In a statement, Ridgeland disagrees, saying it's performed the procedure for several decades, quote, in a way that is consistent with standard veterinary practice and, quote, always involves anesthesia. The farm agreed to give up its state license by July 1st, which allows them to breed and sell dogs for research.
A Ridgeland spokesperson tells 12 News they still plan to operate under their federal licensing, allowing them to breed and perform research on dogs, just not sell them.
Ridgeland Farms is a facility that's dedicated to veterinary medicine. 95% of the research that they do and support benefits our pet animals in new vaccines, new treatments, improving dog food, and a variety of other means.
The company says it's unclear how many dogs it will surrender when it gives up its state license, saying...
So they got to live like that in cages like that. That's how they got to live.
It's shifting its business model to continue operating under federal licensing. James Stratton, WISN 12 News.
Lucky it wasn't me. I'd have gotten more trouble. I'd have did something that y'all all would have been mad at me about. I'd have been like, hell with taking one and running out with it. I'd have gotten in trouble. I'd have opened up all the cages. Come on, y'all. Let's go. All of y'all. Come on, let's go. Come on, open that cage. I would have let them all. Hey, they do better out in the street than they do out in there. Maybe, run. Come on, all y'all run with me. Let's go. I don't know where the hell we going, but we getting the hell up out of here. Call me what you want, but I don't think just taking 26 was enough. They should have took them all and call me what you want. We got to keep on moving forward now because we got a surprise honor for a daycare worker who treats babies like her own. And you know this, we got a lot of bad stories out here that we always show where we got a lot of like number 6 offenders against children. We got mayors, we got sheriffs, we got the teacher, I'm talking about from the stories that we shown on this damn show here, there is no denomination at this point that they didn't show of somebody messing around with the kids. I'm talking about mayors, lawyers, everybody. That's why I really want to get down to that Jeffrey Epstein situation, see what's going on with that. But right now, when you finally can find somebody that you can trust with your child, that's going to really be there for her, to the point where when the child see her, she's like, all right, bye, ma, see you later. I'm talking about she almost got another whole different family when she comes to her to see her babysitter. These are the stories that I like to promote, the stories that I like to see. I like to see when people do really good things for people and they show some respect for the people that show respect and love for you. We got a daycare center worker here, right here, a daycare center worker, and she got a surprise honor for work. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think she could have got a little more money because she deserves it. Maybe we can take up something, or maybe somebody else put a GoFundMe up. But when you guys talking about giving somebody some money, could it be over $1,000? You know, I'm just asking for me. It's okay that they gave us something, but $400, okay. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Well, they did give us something, though. Let's go.
Well, if you have children, you might remember the very first time you left them in the care of someone else.
It can be so hard for new parents.
Yeah, I don't even think I looked back when they left me in daycare. I saw all them toys. I was out like, Mom, bye, see you later. I ain't care who was dropping me off. I was not playing. I'm a people person. I was cool with it. I was cool with it.
Cherished treasure. But one couple thinks so highly of their baby's.
Have children, you might remember the very first time you left them in the care of someone else.
It can be so hard for new parents to trust others, no matter who they are, with their most cherished treasure. But one couple thinks so highly of their baby's daycare teacher, they now consider her family.
Here's News 4's Heather Holman with tonight's Pay It Forward.
When new parents Anna and Corey Vitale first dropped off their priceless bundle at Bright Horizons Child Development Center in Oklahoma City,
obviously as new parents, we were very nervous.
But it didn't last long, especially after seeing their little girl's face light up at the sight of Angie Garner.
It's almost offensive. She immediately turns away from Dad and she leans into Miss Angie like she just wants to go into Miss Angie's arms, which we love.
At 9 months old, Casey has now spent half her life in Miss Angie's arms.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Every day, she kind of brightens our day. She's like a ray of sunshine when we drop Casey off. We know we're putting her in a place where she's going to get the kind of love that we want her to get.
She's been doing this for 40 plus years, her entire career. She has been such a huge piece of so many families' lives, including ourselves. And then most of the time when you ask her what she's doing on the weekend, it's usually some form of volunteering. So she's just a woman of service that cares for so many other people.
And to reward Miss Angie for her servant's heart, the Vitale Trio nominated her for a $400 Pay It Forward award from First Fidelity Bank's Cameron Allen.
First Fidelity Bank has been invested in this community that it serves for well over 100 years. And we love recognizing people with tremendous stories that impact those communities.
First Fidelity couldn't put a little bit of butter on top, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of, you know what I'm saying? A little sprinkle of something. 400, I mean, I get you, but okay.
Like the story that you shared about Angie, and it's our pleasure to help you pay it forward.
Hi, Miss Angie. We're with Channel 4. And you have been nominated for a Pay It Forward award from people who consider you family, the Vitale family, and little Casey, and they have a gift for you.
So, Miss Angie, we know
40 years. 40 years. Man, you better get that. All right.
Nominated you not only because you've been such a big part of Casey's life and our life, you've quickly become family here to us, but you also...
Notice how the baby wanted her right there. Her father was not lying. The baby was like, give me Miss Angie. I want Miss Angie right now.
Serve others so much. And on behalf of First Fidelity Bank, here you get $400 as part of this nomination, and these are also for you. So
You're welcome.
I do want to still acknowledge Miss Angie. I think she deserves the acknowledgement. I do. But I just want to be honest. If it would have been me, I think that I wouldn't have let that happen. I'd have been like, at least give her 1,000. I'll put 600 myself. And let's get her like a couple of days off or something like that. Or give her a spa date or something like that. Couple of outfits or whatever like that. Let's turn up, man. Y'all know how I do over here. I don't just get you one gift. I get you 4.
Thank you. You are so welcome. Thank you.
It's genuine too. See what I mean? You can tell she don't even really care about the money. She crying because of the love that she's getting. She really loves what she does. And the baby was like, "Give me Miss Angie." Like it was not planned. She really want to go back to her. Like
first got her, she just kind of looked at us and was trying to figure out how we fit into her world. And now that she comes every day, she jumps into the classroom and then she turns around and throws up her hand at her dad and say, "Okay, I'm good, bye." So
Casey's sweet smile and big bright eyes say it all.
You don't take care of somebody else's little person without becoming emotionally attached to them. So you take care of them like you would your own children, your own family.
And family is exactly what Miss Angie has become.
Small babies, tall babies.
Heather Holman, Oklahoma's News 4.
I don't know about y'all, but the first time she started talking, I was ready to go to sleep. The babies and the dance. I'm ready to be like, what? She sounded like the Magic Garden to me when I was a little kid. To see ya. Hope you had a good. She sounded like the perfect person to do a job like that. I would make her an administrator. She needs to be a higher level administrator, not doing what she does. She needs to find other people to do that, and she needs to be their boss. Trust me, that type of person right there, you put in another position. Yeah, you can still take care of the babies, but we need you to find more people, and you run all this now, because we want to run it the way that you would. Let's keep on going. Let's see if we get a little more. Oh, man.
Heather, thanks. Heather tells us the daycare is actually closing in July, but the Vitalis tell us they are going to follow Miss Angie wherever she ends up.
What a sweet lady and what an invaluable relationship they have with her. That's true.
Yeah, but all I'm trying to say is you guys should have put a little 6 on top of that 4, take a little donation together, and give her a little bit more. I think she should have got $1,000 minimum. That's right. I love the people here because y'all thinking the same thing. Get that lady some more money. Miss Angie should be a clone model for real. Open up the window, listen to the wind blow. Okay, they know that they take advantage of that lady. Okay, let's keep on moving forward. Surprise honor for daycare. Oh, no, that was it right there. But you know what you guys can do? Instead of doing something for yourself on your next birthday or on your next anniversary, or let's say Valentine's Day with your husband or your boyfriend, you know what you can do? How about going to the rescue and saving a dog's life? That's right. Instead of going off for vacation or doing Valentine's Day, you can save a life. There may be a dog that's on a list about to be euthanized. Just like this little fella right here. Couple celebrates, this is a Valentine's Day saving. 2 dogs that were about to be euthanized. Beautiful story. And when you guys see this dog, you know it's one of my favorite kind of dogs too. You know it's one of my favorites. When you see his face, you're going to want to be able to foster this guy or rescue him yourself. This is why I love people that love animals, because you never know what they think of doing. So yeah, on their Valentine's Day, instead of them going out, having a nice night out, a dinner or whatever like that, they went and rescued a dog and got him off the euthanization list. Check this out.
I love him.
I know.
Molly, I love him.
You're safe now, buddy. You're safe now.
I am so sick. Dodger's gonna be here any minute. An absolute angel of a person. Went and picked him up from the airport for me.
You don't have to worry. So they saved him they got him flown in and they saved him for Valentine's Day. And then they went and saved another dog for Valentine's Day. So they're gonna foster them until they can find them homes so that they wouldn't lose their lives. That's love right there. That's a different kind of love. It's a different kind of sharing between two people. It's beautiful. Come on, y'all. Let's go.
Dodger, do you like being held?
Eggnog and Dodger, they were both just so happy to be here. Eggnog's adoption happened within 8 days.
Obviously, you saved him, but you also found his home. They found him because of you.
Are you ready to get adopted? Are you ready, sir?
We weren't ready. We loved him so much.
Thank you. Enjoy him, sweetheart. Bye, buddy.
I know the person's out there for Dodger. I just haven't yet met them, and they just haven't seen Dodger yet.
Dodgy. Dodgy, that's my Frankie. That's my
So yeah, they got rid of Eggnog. Not got rid of, but they found a home for Eggnog, and they're still looking for a home for Dodgy. So if anybody is interested in getting Dodgy, come on now. All y'all got to do is holler at them. All you got to do is go to the dodo, look at the same clip, and email them. You guys feel like being a foster parent? You guys want to save an animal? Go inside the rescue and save a dog from being euthanized. That's the most beautifulest thing, I think. And for them to be able to find a family, what did it cost them? Probably less than a gift. Let's think about it. A gift for Valentine's Day for your wife. Probably gonna cost you $1,000 minimum. Let's say 500 bucks. What did they spend right here? They went and got the dog off rescue. They spent some money to feed him. Got a friend that they didn't even want to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? Because they fell in love with him. And next thing you know, they saved his life. Probably spent a few $100 to save a life. That's love right there. It's a different way of showing it too. Let us, between us being a couple, let us show our love to someone else or something else and show how much we can love together. I think it's beautiful. Always say it. The power of love is no joke. What you can do. You see the karate flicks where the man get all beat up, and then next thing you know, people take care of him, and he's ready to fight back again. What did they put into him? Care and love. Have a great day, everybody. I see somebody just said that in the chat. I'm not saying it because I don't say that yet. It's time for me to get into some promo. Because if you guys have not already hit that subscribe button after all the work that we put in today, already hit that notification bell so that you know when we're on. Become a member. I think it's a whole $3, $2.99 a month. Come on now, hit that notification bell. And we're trying to get up to 70,000 subscribers. And yeah, we're going to take tips now because after today, we're going to go ahead and go with the YouTube Premium. But we're going to go ahead and see if everybody could chime in on that. This way it's not just one sting. And they can go ahead and put some proceeds towards that and not have to worry about the circles and the premium anymore. Hey, but you know what, you guys? I listen to you guys, and I've been watching and listening to you for a long time. A lot of the ideas that I put in from the show come from you guys. Take the hat off. Did you know that was a comment? You used to wear a hat? Yes, take the hat off. You got pretty good hair. Wait, take the hat off. Wear a suit. Next thing you know, I'm wearing a suit every day. All of this stuff wasn't just me. We have progressed to get to where we're at right now, and we're not going to stop. So guess what we do over here? We take the bumps and the bruises because we know it's all to get us to the next level. We take the stutters and the stumbles and all of that because guess what? We're not perfect. And hopefully you guys see that. We're not perfect, but we try our best. And guess what? We give you the truth. If I couldn't be any realer than I am right now. Back of my hand says it. Real life. That's right. That's what it says if anybody ever wanted to know. It's the New York State map and it says real life on it. All I know is being real. I don't like being fake. With that being said, if you got a promo you're trying to put out, send it over to us. We're going to put it up in the post notification area. It just has to be 1080 by 1080 in a size frame. Just make sure when you do your artwork for your promo, it's got to be in a 1080 by 1080 because YouTube, that's the size that it requires. Just like when we do this promotion all the time for the Show Your Talent search. That's right, you guys. You see it right here out of nowhere. That's right. That's the talent search that we're doing in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. And if you win in one of those local areas, boom, you make $250. Plus, we're going to bring one more person on from right here. So any local talent everywhere from around the world, even if you're any other place, if you win, that's right, Big Drip is going to show you some love. Boom, $250 to you. Once we get everybody together and we get a winner, that one person is going to walk away with $1,000, you guys. That's right. We got a couple events coming up in New York right now. One is going to be in the Bronx, and then we're going to hit Throgs Neck again, and we're going back out to Staten Island and hang out with Staten Island over at Time to Wines with Anna. We had a good time over there. Also, you guys know who's going to be there as well. DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. Now she's with us, and she's my DJ. That's my DJ. That's my DJ. That's my DJ. Okay, you guys, y'all know what it is. It's Purple Sunday. It was a real one. It was a rough one. It was a good one. Hope you got a lot out of today's stories, out of today's news. Hope you love the health and wellness section. Gets you thinking about what you need to be paying attention to, right? Ingredients, what they're putting inside of stuff, how to take care of ourselves, right? And guess what, you guys? We take show ideas over here as well. So if you want to send a show idea over to us, what is the email address? It's bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Again, it's bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Those who want to be a part of the Show Your Talent search that we're going to be doing this summer, you got to go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page, put your email address in the mailing list, and we'll keep you posted on where we're going to be at. Like I said, looks like we're going to be in the Bronx. Then we're going to go out to Brooklyn, and then we're going to be headed over to Staten Island. After that, I'll let you guys know the Queens location, and then we got to find one more location in Manhattan. But remember, all locations, if you want to come on virtual, you can do so. And you know what time it is right now, right? Because I need it more than anybody else. I need to get to praying. I need to thank God for letting me have a good show. I want to thank him for making me be able to see you guys one more time, another day to be here to give you guys this information. Thank you so much for everybody that showed up, everybody that was here, that double tapped that screen and got those likes up, everybody that gave a little bit, comments. I want to thank you guys for staying on topic and staying on point, and I'm praying that your families and everybody stay healthy, and they can't forget about those animals, because you know we love the animals as well. Healthy, secure, let's have good conversations, and let's think positive from now on, you guys, period. Let's try to come together as a community the way that we do here. I want to let you guys know I appreciate you so much for always showing up, and I couldn't have did it without you. I want to show love for Sweet RV Adventures, Teddy, Marcel, Batty Lynn, Crystal, we got Rebecca Lanyan in the building, Shannon, Ad Rains, we're praying for you, Batty Lynn, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. So glad that you're here, Tanya. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and do so now. Best time to do it. Audrey, thank you so much. Want to pray for you. Collective. Who's that right there? I see Sam Champion. Got you earlier, bro. Didn't know you was here, but I definitely prayed for you because we love you. Mary Tanner, Tracy P. Where's Terry at? Got to pray for Terry. And we can't forget about Ad Rains and your mom, because we want to make sure that fall, they said she's doing much better since she had that fall. Okay, Anna, Teddy, Jordan, Cinnamon, Sam Champion. There you go, Sam Champion. I see you right there. Audrey, Sinister, Miss Swanza. How you doing, Miss Swanza and the family? Hope everybody's doing good on this Purple Sunday in your house as well. Who else we got? Where is my homegirl at? Where is Timogen at? And where is Zion? Come on, Zion. You know we're not going to forget about you, black boy. We got Teddy Marcel up in the building. Patrick Farino. Jordan, thank you for always showing love. Motor City Buds, put it in the air. Kia Good Vibes. Audrey, we're praying for you for good health and good spirits. Valley, also Teddy, Marcel, all of you guys that's here right now. Miss Swanza, Jordan, Crystal Frost 9868. Hope that you guys already had a good show. Can't wait to see you again tomorrow, because we're going to be right back here. Amen. And with that being said, my favorite day is tomorrow. I'm about to stack this deck, Go ahead and buy some YouTube Premium because I'm not playing with that circle no more. This way we can flow and have a good show. Because it seems as if we have a great show, but when those things start spinning, it messes me up a little bit. And I don't appreciate that. So yeah, y'all got us today. You got us to put the pressure on us to go ahead and subscribe. But I hope that you know one thing. I'm going to be wringing the rag out over there. I want everything that's supposed to come with premium. And if you mess up one time, I'm sending a whole squad at you, YouTube. So you better be right. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for sticking through. We had to do what we had to do. And you know what? Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So you know what I'm going to say? Get 'em! Peace. Y'all have a good one. See y'all tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. bright and early. Let's go.